After a car accident, you open a whole world of challenges, like getting to work. Thankfully, Farmers customers can avoid these inconveniences. Our Help Point service arranges towing, car rentals, even recommends certified auto repair facilities. Contact a local agent and shield yourself with Farmers, just one of over 30 reliable policies available from Farmers.
Nobody cares how you start, only how you finish.
The game is there. It's ours. No one comes into our house and dictates anything.
You will against their will.
Are we ready to play? Go, 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 go. Let's get ready to rock and roll.
We owe you so much.
You're watching high school football on FSN Ohio. Home for Thursday Night Football. Welcome to Thursday Night.
Count on me!
If you like football with plenty of offense and plenty of points, you have come to the right place. We're at Pat Catan Stadium in Strongsville for a game that could light up this scoreboard tonight. It is the Mentor Cardinals against the Strongsville Mustangs here on the First Merit High School Football Game of the Week on Fox Sports Ohio. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Pat Catan Stadium. Jeff Phelps, happy to be working with top dog Hanford Dixon tonight. Welcome, Hanford.
Well, thank you, my friend, and it's good to see you again. You know, we won't talk about what happened last time you and I worked together.
We will during the game, but a team left town last time you and I worked together. This is the type of thing that you wouldn't like as a cornerback tonight because you're going against a spread offense in Mentor, Hanford, a team that loves to spread the field, and as a defensive back, as a defensive player, that is a terrible situation to go against, but it certainly has worked very, very well for Mentor.
It's worked very well for Mentor. You're talking about a team that's been running this offense at least 7 years. What you'll see here, they'll spread it out. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 receivers right there, and then you see all the mismatches that they were trying to create there. It was spread the field. Here's what's going to happen. Now, sometimes they'll do this and they'll do the running play. You're going to see them going right up the middle here, but you see the defense. The defense doesn't know whether or not you're going to have a run or a pass. That's one of the benefits of the spread. You see them come back here again. This time they're going to isolate the receivers. You see them got 3 to the weak side, and then all along on the opposite side. That's where the ball is going to go. They're going to take this and they're going to bring the running back out of the backfield, and here's the quarterback, boom, right there with the reception. Great, great way. And finally, they tried to create mismatches with this spread offense. You're going to see it here. They're really going to confuse the linebacker and the safety right here. You're going to have two offensive players on the same side. They're going to end up in the same place, but as you're going to see, the results are good. They're going to end up with the touchdown. Again, the spread offense, what it does is create mismatches and, again, confuse the defense.
That's the guy who runs this offense, senior Anthony Fracci. His first year as a starter, though, Hanford, in game number 1, he was outstanding, 22 of 32. They put up 34 points on a very strong Youngstown Mooney team that has a very, very strong defense. 37 points scored against Strongsville last week. The Mustangs ended up with 36, almost had 39. It came down to the final seconds of an unbelievable game against St. Edward. Nate Freese, 51 yards away, no time on the clock, off the crossbar. So off the crossbar that poor guy just absolutely couldn't believe it. The Mustangs went down the field, less than a minute to go. They had no timeouts. They moved into field goal range thanks to this young man. Kellen Pagel, another first-year senior starting at quarterback, getting his first chance here, Hanford. And, boy, he was on the money in his first start on the varsity level.
You know what? He is on the money, and you're looking at a kid, big kid, 6'3", 195 pounds. He is a senior this year, and his football just run long beyond his years because, let's face it, I mean, he's got a guy that's been teaching him a lot of football, and that is his dad, Mike Pagel. So Kellen Pagel knows a lot of football.
Hanford's former teammate.
Yes.
Mike Pagel, my
yes.
partner here on our high school game of the week. Kellen, 298 yards and 3 touchdowns against St. Ed last week. Very short week for the Mustangs, though. They played on Saturday. Now they have to turn around and play on a Thursday night. It's their first day of school, but they will be very ready. They are looking forward for a fun time tonight here at Pat Catan Stadium. These teams played each other last year. We talked about the offense. How about 966 yards in total offense in that Mentor-Strongsville game last year? Mentor won it. They combined 72 points.
team, you believe in our program, you believe in each other. The biggest thing is you believe in yourself. You count on each other like never before. That's our edge. Respect, you gotta earn it. Now is the time. Now let's go kick their ass.
We are just moments away from kickoff here in Strongsville. Pat Catan Stadium, the stage for Mentor visiting the Mustangs. Quite a nice little matchup we have going here in week 2. Two teams that have built themselves into powers. You know, at Strongsville, when Russ Jakes arrived, playoffs and Mustangs never even met in the same sentence, let alone in the same season. But boy, did he change that in a hurry, taking his team to the postseason 11 of the last 15 years. That is what his current team grew up watching and wanting to be a part of. And it's why Coach Jake says he is now coaching the most unified team he's ever had the honor of leading. They will certainly need to be tonight against Mentor. Go ahead and call the Cardinals the Buckeyes of the high school football. They have made it to the state title game back-to-back seasons, both times coming away disappointed. A bittersweet comparison, but certainly a reality as they head into 2008. It did not seem to affect them in week 1. They'll try to make that 2-0 as they head into week 2. It's going to be a great game, guys. Jeff, Hanford, I'm very excited to see how this one plays out on the field.
If you love points, this is the place, Dion. Absolutely no question about that. Hanford last year 44-28. Mentor getting the win over Strongsville, and as I mentioned earlier, 966 yards in total offense in that game.
Well, that's a lot of offense between these two teams. But again, just like you and I talked about earlier, I am absolutely looking forward to this game. I'm looking forward to a lot of offense. You know, that's what it's all about right now. Everybody want to see offense, don't really want to see the defense. They want to see teams score points, and I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight.
Doesn't that pain you?
Yes.
As a great defensive player, I know that pains you. Nate Freeze will kick the ball away for Strongsville. Nate kicked 51 out of 69 kicks out of the end zone last year. Back deep, just in case. Tom Warden, number 22, and Mike Perez, number 6, on the left side. Just about to get going here at Pat Catan Stadium. A little misty earlier, but it's dry right now, and we should have a high-scoring, exciting football game right here between Strongsville and Mentor. Jeff Phelps along with Hanford Dixon. Thanks for stepping in tonight there, Top
Well,
Dog.
partner, thanks you for having me.
Nate Freeze is ready, and we are playing football at Pat Catan Stadium. And this one, like so many last year, into the end zone. Tom Warden took it in the end zone, and the Cardinals will take over at the 20-yard line. Tom Warden, a terrific season last year. He racked up the yardage like you wouldn't believe. 1,447 yards, averaged 7.4 yards a carry, scored 18 touchdowns, and he is back. As we heard earlier, Hanford, they weren't sure if he'd be here this year because he'd moved to California. Family moved back, and he is ready to go and coming off a nice game last week.
And I could tell you this, they're happy to have him. Not a very big guy, 5'10", just 200 pounds, Jeff. But what he does, he knows how to find those holes, and he can carry a lot of tacklers.
Anthony Fracci is at quarterback for the Cardinals. They spread it out. It is their offense, and it has worked very effectively. First pass goes over the middle to Carlo Rizzo, and it's complete. Rizzo gets across midfield. He's brought down by Eric Dworznik.
Again, you're coming right out in this spread offense, and Anthony Fracci doesn't waste any time trying to find where the weakness is.
Offensive line, a couple of experienced guys coming back. Kevin Parapat on the left tackle spot, got to keep an eye on. Adam Watson at right tackle, but a lot of rebuilding in the fumble early on in this game, and Strongsville recovers. Phil Galaska falls on it, and the first big break of this game goes to the guys in green.
Well, let's take a quick look and see exactly what happened during this play. You got Fracci, who was trying to hand the ball off, but he was pulling it out, and we know we've had a little rain here tonight, and that's probably what happened. The ball was a little wet, and it caused the fumble, but a big miscue on the part of Mentor.
They had some mistakes last week, Hanford, and that was one thing they really wanted to try and correct. And boy, here they come out, second play, fumble.
Well, what we get a chance to see early. We've heard Coach Steve talking about his defense and how strong they are, especially with the secondary. We're going to see how strong they are right now, coming off the bat.
Kellen Pagel at quarterback, drops back, throws, and it's a little underthrown. Pass was intended for Matt Bianco, and it's incomplete. Alex Kovac, big numbers last week, Hanford. 176 yards receiving on just 7 catches, had a couple of touchdowns.
He is something else. I mean, he is a guy 6'1", again, 180 285 pounds, 7 receptions, 176 yards, as you mentioned, 2 touchdowns. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he also plays defensive back, and he had an INT over there.
He's one of the few returning starters on this Strongsville offense. Just 4 returning starters for the Mustangs. They lost an awful lot of talent. Pass was reeled in for a gain of 3 yards, and this is Bianco trying to get loose. Not a whole lot of room there at all. Brought down by Dan Cowdrick, defensive tackle. Cinco at left tackle. Austin Buitt, the man who really anchors that line, a senior returning, 3-year starter actually, makes most of the line calls. Kovac, Sean Riley, returners at the wide receiver spot, and that's a nice help, along with Ray Hamilton. Played an awful lot last year as a freshman.
When you look at that ball, it may be a little wet out there because it looked like Pago had a mishandle on that last play. So we'll continue to watch that during the course of the game.
It is a natural grass turf here. It was soggy earlier. Pass is complete. That's Hamilton. Nice pickup, and that's a first down for the Mustangs before Tony Genovese brings him down. Hamilton, big kid, Hanford, 6'4", 205, just a sophomore.
Yeah, it actually looked like this was a big rush, but what happens is, in this particular play, they want to turn the defensive lineman loose, but not too fast, but give this play a chance to develop, and boy, did they get a big game, just executed it perfect.
Hamilton's brother, John Hamilton, also on the team. His brother Blaine did play for the Mustangs. His father actually recruited by Russ Jakes to go to West Virginia. So his dad played for Russ Jakes in college. Recruited out of Stowe, Tom. On first down, Bianco. Trying to go right side, not a whole lot there.
I like Bianco. He's not afraid to just pour it up in there. But again, Mentor defense is playing tough. And again, it all starts on the defensive line of scrimmage. I say, well, both defensive and offensive line of scrimmage, because I always say that's where the game of football is played, and that's where it's controlled.
You saw the name Tansky in the linebacker core. That's Rich Tansky, the cousin of the gentleman who was Mr. Football in Ohio last year, Bart Tansky. 2-year quarterback for the Mentor Cardinals, now at Bowling Green, trying to play for the Falcons. Pagel hands off to Bianco on a 2nd down and 8. And again, Mentor's defense is right there.
And there was just nowhere for him to go. Trying to run off tackle there, and it was just absolutely blocked off by those big linemen from Mentor. Again, Mentor defense is holding tight. Again, we'll give you just a quick look right here. Just a quarterback taking a step, misdirection play, giving it to Bianco, and there's absolutely nowhere for him to go. Returning
letterman Kevin Porapat at the bottom of that pile, along with Rich Tansky, brings up a 3rd down, 9, maybe 10. Pagel out of the shotgun. Again, first-year starter as a senior for both quarterbacks tonight. Pagel, quick release along the sideline. Is it brought in? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Alex Kovac makes the catch.
Yeah, Pagel just drops right back. We're starting with the quarterback. Just a 3, 4, 5-step drop. You got Alex just goes right there, perfect, knows where to go, knows where the first markers are, and keeps his feet in bounds for the first down. Should be enough, and it is a first down. Good throw and catch.
So at the 26-yard line, 1st down and 10. Pagel again out of the shotgun. This is Kovac one more time.
I think what you're going to see here, you're just going to see just how strong Pagel's arm is. I mean, here he is. You know, I'm still trying to figure out how he was able to get that ball in there through the defenders. He had some zip on that ball to Kovac there.
Steve Trevisano very concerned about Kellen Pagel. He said anytime you go against a former pro quarterback's kid at quarterback, it is a worry. And he called Kellen Pagel, after one varsity start, one of the best 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the entire area. On 2nd down and 3, Bianco going left side. Close to a first down, Kevin Porapat makes the stop on that. Let's go down to Dion Miller for a Toyota sideline report. Dion?
Jeff, you know, you were talking about that connection between Kellen Pagel and Alex Kovac. They've been playing football together since the 5th grade. This is an opportunity they've been waiting to have to put on the green and white and play for Strongsville. This is what they've been looking forward to, and you can obviously see their communication. Kellen had said earlier this season it's definitely made him more comfortable, and obviously Alex is a favorite target.
All right, Dion, thank you very much. Pagel sitting behind Tim Kamchek the last couple of years here at Strongsville, and he also had some serious injury trouble that we'll get into here in a little bit, but he's looking at a 1st and 10, ball on the 15-yard line for Strongsville. Bianco, right side, picks up a few, brought down by Greg Schindler, linebacker for Mentor.
Jeff, we used to call this the old Detroit formation, and the reason why we call it the Detroit formation, meaning that we got 2 wide receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left with the tight end in tight with 1 back in the backfield. And that's, again, just to try to fool the defense and disguise it, make them think we're going to throw the football and run the football. Didn't get a lot of yards, still picked up maybe about 4, so what are we looking at, about 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 6?
Mustangs doing exactly what Russ Jakes wanted them to do, Hanford, and that's control the football, keep Mentor's offense off the field. This is the 10th play of this drive, and it's a 2nd down and 4. Inside the 10, ball is spotted at the 8. Low snap, Pagel handles it. But Mentor, good penetration to bring down Bianco. A little low snap. Could have been a big disaster, but Dan Cowdrick on the tackle and Pagel and Bianco. A nice job, Hanford, to make sure that wasn't a big problem.
You better believe it, because we're going to look at it right here. Here's the snap, really, really low. You see Pagel is looking for the snap up high, but just to have just to be aware in order to pick up that ball and still hand the ball to the running back was a good play. Again, they lost some yardage on that, but it could have been much worse.
3rd down and 5. Couple receivers out to the left side, Riley and Kovac. Pagel rolling that way, has Riley. Sean Riley trying to cut it back, and he will be pretty close to a 1st down. Sean Riley doing a terrific job, caught a big touchdown pass last week. He can absolutely fly, and he and Alex Kovac, returning starters, really anchor this offense.
You know what? I'm pretty impressed with Pagel, because as you see him rolling out to the left here, he's got 2 reads. He's got a receiver right there in the flat, and if he's got another receiver going in the corner in the flat route. Now, whichever ones the defensive back take, he's going to take whatever the defense is giving him. So the defensive back played the back route, and Pagel, he took what they gave him. He threw the short route. So good read by Pagel there.
It is a 1st down, 1st and goal for the Mustangs. Bianco runs into a bunch of white jerseys. Wow, Nick Koschel, middle linebacker, really doing the job. Greg Schindler also in there.
That's what I like to see. We're going to see it right here. Watch the linebacker come right in there. We're bringing it right into your living room right there. There's nowhere to go. You got Mentor that's starting to bulk up and say, hey, you got us down here, but we're not going to give up 7, maybe 3, but not 7.
That was a real nasty laugh, Anthony.
Yes.
The laugh of a defender right there. 2nd and goal from the 4. Bianco, run out of bounds. Can't get it. Nick Krantz runs him out of bounds.
Well, you got Mentor that are really right now tightening up their defense. They feel bad enough right now. They want to get off the field. They've had a long drive, and they don't want to end this drive giving up 6 points. The worst they can do is give up 3. They really hope to get a turnover here. And then on the opposite side, you got Strongsville. We've had the ball so long. Let's not just settle for 3. Let's take it in and get a touchdown.
Mentor fumbled on their 2nd play. Strongsville recovered. They've put together a terrific drive. This is the 15th play of the drive. 3rd and goal from the 2. Pagel throws into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Brings up 4th down and goal, and Hanford. Decision time early for Russ Jakes.
You know what? I don't think it's going to be any decision, because anytime you could put points on the board, but again, you're looking at Pagel coming around here, just absolutely nowhere to throw the football. You got to give Mentor a lot of credit on this, because they defended this play well. But Jeff, as you just said, there's not going to be any decision. Anytime you can get a chance to put up points against a strong Mentor football team, I think you take those points.
On 4th and goal from the 2, that's exactly what Russ Jakes decides to do. Nate Freeze, terrific kicker, on for the extra point. It'll be a 19-yard attempt. John Hamilton is the holder. So Strongsville takes advantage. Good by Nate Freeze. They recover a fumble by Mentor and take it right down the field, put 3 points on the board. 3-0 Mustangs on top. We are very proud to have First Merit as our partner in presenting live high school football each and every week. And one deserving student from each of our schools will be receiving the First Merit Scholar Athlete Award every week here on Fox Sports Ohio. Congratulations to this week's First Merit Scholar Athlete Award winners. Strongsville's Austin Buitt right there. Standout in football, and Mentor's Adam Watson. Adam, you're allowed to smile, my friend. Go ahead. Adam excels on the football field and in the classroom. Congratulations again to Adam Watson, Austin Buitt, both winners on our First Merit Scholar Athlete Award. In fact, Austin Buitt has a 4.6 grade point average. And Adam Watson, starting right tackle, terrific student as well. Mark Breskovich, the Executive Vice President of Commercial Banking, on hand to present those awards tonight. And congratulations to both young men, Adam Watson, Austin Buitt. Austin, the left guard for the Strongsville Mustangs, being recruited by Ivy League schools. Russ Jake said, you know, when I'm talking to them, I just think, all right, I might know more about football than you, and that's it.
Well, you know, he's a very, very bright young man, and my understanding is he also makes all the calls on the offensive line, make sure everyone is in the right place. Jeff, I tell you, they're a lot smarter than you and I were.
Are. Not just were, Hanford.
Still.
And probably always will be.
Yes.
I'm sorry to say.
Yes.
Steve Trevisano, now in his 12th year of coaching at his alma mater, a graduate of Mentor High School back in 1981. Then went to Bowling Green, came back, was a defensive coordinator at Riverside, came to his alma mater, and boy, playoffs has been synonymous with Mentor football ever since. 9 playoff trips in the last 11 years for Steve Trevisano and the Mentor Cardinals.
Yeah, and on the other side, talking about Coach Russ, you know, one thing he said about his football team, he's pretty proud of his football team. He said it's a team, a true definition of team. He said no egos. He said it actually is the best that he's had since he's been here now. And
that's saying a lot because he's been here 16 years, Hanford.
And let me tell you another thing that got me. He said that this team loves to go out and practice. Me personally, I hated to practice. I hated it. I knew you had to do it, but he said this team loves to practice.
Well, they have that going for them. See, if only you would have liked to practice.
That's right.
How many more trips to the Pro Bowl might you have made?
Oh, don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. That's what I tell my son.
Mustangs taking advantage of the early turnover, and now Nate Freese puts that ball on the tee and will try to boot it into the end zone one more time. Tom Ward has a chance to return this one. He's from the 1-yard line. Warden, terrific tailback, gets it out right about to the 25-yard line. And that's where the Cardinals will take over on their second possession of the game. 15 plays on that scoring drive, and Hanford, exactly what Russ Jakes wants. 15 plays, 7:16 on the clock, and points on the board.
You got it. He wanted to keep Mentor's offense off the field, and they did it, and they ended up with points.
Anthony Fracci back in there at quarterback, fumbled on the second play on offense for the Mentor Cardinals. Out of the shotgun this time, running that spread offense, lofts it downfield, and absolutely nobody is there. It was intended for Pat Kidner.
There was nobody there. I couldn't understand. I think there was some confusion with that play. Again, the spread offense, 4 wide receivers. Again, nowhere for Fracci to throw the football, so he just threw it away.
One thing about this spread offense, Hanford, that I think a lot of people don't realize, you don't throw an awful lot of deep balls out of the spread.
Well, you don't. Again, what it's designed to do is find a weakness. There's normally a weakness on the defensive team, and then once you find that weakness, you go right at it. Here, that's just a drop pass. You're looking at Fracci coming back, and this is a ball that's got to be caught. Anytime a ball hits you right in the hand, you have to catch it. And again, Carlo Rizzo just dropped the football. Almost picked off by Eric Dworsnik on the other side. 3rd down and 10 for Mentor. Fracci in trouble, and he goes down on 3rd and 10. Phil Galaska coming in from his defensive end spot to make the tackle for Strongsville. And the Mustangs coming out and doing the job, Hanford. John Port's also in there. The Mustangs are coming out doing the job. They're pretty much doing everything they want. Again, they got Mentor's high-powered offense go 3 and out. Again, you got Fracci again looking for a wide receiver and nowhere to throw the football, and he is just surrounded by Strongsville defensive line. Again, nowhere to throw the football. And they have to be careful here, Jeff, because they're going to get this crowd in this game. Brandon Urinkar into punt. He had a 6-yard punt last week, but much better this time. Fair catch called for by Kovac at the 48-yard line, and that's where the Mustangs take over. 3:27 to play in the first quarter after a 32-yard punt. And the Mustang fans feeling pretty good. Their team recovers a fumble, stops on defense. They're up 3-0.
Tonight's game on FSN Ohio is brought to you by First Merit. The bank is First Merit. The account is reality. The advantage is yours. By your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. By the ClevelandSportsReport.com, the new pulse of Cleveland sports. And by Farmers Insurance. To find an agent near you, call 1-800-FARMERS.
Strongsville Mustangs on top of Mentor 3-0. We have 3:27 to play in the first quarter. Russ Jakes coming into this game obviously very concerned about Mentor's big-time offense.
Defensively, we want to keep their offense off the field. They score so quickly and they do things at a quick pace, so we have to try to control the ball, whether it's in the passing game or the running game. We want to try to do that. You can only do that if you win the battle up front. And, I say this every week to our guys, whether it's Monday or whether it's Thursday night before the game. We got to win the trenches, whether it's offense or defense. We got to try to hold them to 3 and out, which in games that we've watched them play is very rare. Even in a state championship game, it was very rare that there was a 3 and out for Mentor. So, and then on the other side of the ball, we got to move the sticks on offense and get first downs and keep that offense watching us. And hopefully that'll get us to the fourth quarter with a chance to win.
Out for the Mentor offense certainly is rare, but that's exactly what Strongsville just did. But on first down, looked like a little busted play out there, Hanford.
Yeah, that was a busted play. And you hate to see quarterbacks on busted play because you don't like to see them run the ball very often because you want to try to keep those guys healthy, especially when you have those linebackers or defensive linemen pounding on them. But I think here you're going to have holding against Strongsville.
Busted play and holding. That's a very bad combination.
That is a bad combination.
Terrific start, though, for Russ Jakes' offense. Kellen Pagel on that opening drive. 5 of 6, 36 yards through the air. It was a 15-play drive. But now looking at a first down and 23. Bianco up the middle. Boy, Mentor has been smelling run all night, Hanford. There's been no running room at all for Bianco. Dan Cowdricks on the tackle.
There's absolutely nothing up the middle. They've been doing a really good job stuffing those holes, anything coming down the gut, just not letting it go. Very weird play, though. You just got a penalty. You were looking at first and about 20 or 15, and then you run the football, especially when they've been throwing the ball so well.
Pagel threw the deep ball extremely well in their first week loss to St. Edward. 298 yards on just 15 completions.
He's a warrior.
Second down and 20. And a little confusion, at least it looked that way in the backfield. Pagel, quick release, gets it out, and that's complete to Jeff Hayden.
Now, see, that's what I mean. That's what I thought they were going to do on first. That's what I thought they were going to do on first down. They're going to go down the field with the football. But what you're going to see Pagel again coming out of the backfield. He fakes the misdirection play, rolls around to his left, and boom, find his receiver right there on the sideline for a nice gain. And I think he also, what set that up, he also had another receiver going straight down the field, so the defensive back had to take one or the other, and obviously they took the deeper guy.
Third down and 4. Pagel has Kovac deep, throws underneath. Ray Hamilton gets the first down and a whole lot more for Strongsville. Nick Krantz brings him down, but Ray Hamilton, the big sophomore tight end, with a terrific catch over the middle.
Well, see, what you're going to see here is, obviously, Ray Hamilton is such a big target. You see Pagel again, fake. He's looking like he's going to his right. But what they did was they just dragged Ray Hamilton across the field. And you're talking about a big target at 6'4". Oh, we got a penalty. But that one, unfortunately, is coming back. What a great play by Pagel and Ray Hamilton.
But it is coming back. Strongsville doing a nice job after overcoming that first penalty, put them in a 1st and 23 situation. Now looking at a 3rd down and 18.
What are you going to do is you're going to see Green. He's the guy who was called for that penalty, holding penalty over there. Can't have that. You just absolutely can't have that because penalties, what they do, they kill drives and they hurt your team.
Sound like a coach. 3rd and 18 for Strongsville. Hanford sounding like a coach. I'm shocked. Kellen Pagel trying to go to Jeff Hayden. That one incomplete, and the Mustangs are going to have to punt this ball away.
And then the thing about that one, obviously, I would much rather see him run the football there to take some time off the clock, because even if he would have caught that ball, it wasn't nearly enough for a first down.
Nate Freeze comes in to punt, and dropping back the always dangerous, even though Steve Trevisano says he's not the fastest guy, Tom Ward. Freeze handles the snap, very high kick. Warden takes it in at the 24, loses it. Green shirts everywhere. Can Strongsville recover it? If Strongsville has it, it's the second turnover in the first quarter for Mentor. And the Mustangs say they have it.
This game so far has just been a nightmare for Coach Steve Trevisano and his football team. They just absolutely just can't seem to get on track, can't do anything right. You could see it right here. I mean, he just took his eyes off the football, and instead of falling on the football, he's trying to pick it up and he's trying to run with it. One thing they teach you, you have to just, Tom Warden, he should know better. I mean, you have to fall on the football. You can't try to pick it up, especially if the field is out there is a little wet. Just a nightmare quarter for Coach Trevisano.
Mentor had a fumble on a kickoff last week in their win over Youngstown Mooney. Now 2 fumbles in the first quarter against Strongsville, and a big opportunity for the Mustangs at the 23. Pagel to Hamilton across the middle. A big rush on that play by Mentor, but Pagel with a nice job, Hanford.
But what they did, they set that up really nice. And I know you're looking at Mentor's defense, they knew it was a screen coming, but they thought it was a screen to the running back. And what happened was Hamilton just sneaked down the field and just turned around. And again, such a big target. See him fake the fullback right there? And they thought it was a screen to the fullback, but what happened, there was Hamilton right there sitting for a nice gain.
Rich Tansky brings him down. But under a minute to play in the first quarter, and Strongsville threatening. Pagel has a receiver to each side. Riley left, Kovach right. This is Bianco. And again, the Cardinal defense right there to shut down the running game.
Jeff, there's nowhere for him to go. But, you know, when you look at this football game, Coach Russ, he's got to be happy, but he's also, you know, he's not happy. What I mean is
he's had great opportunities.
He's had great opportunities. You hit it right on the head, and you're looking at a score that's just 3-0, and you know Mentor can put up points in a hurry.
Last week, Strongsville up 21-0 in the first quarter against St. Ed's. Coughed up that lead and ended up losing the game. At the end of the first quarter tonight, Steve Trevisano's team trailing Russ Jake's Mustangs 3-0. And as Hanford said, could be a lot worse, still could be. It's a 3rd and 2 for the Mustangs when we come back.
After a car accident, you open a whole world of challenges, like getting to work. Thankfully, Farmers customers can avoid these inconveniences. Our Help Point service arranges towing, car rentals, even recommends certified auto repair facilities. Contact a local agent and shield yourself with Farmers, just one of over 30 reliable policies available from Farmers.
You know, there is so much money spent on cologne in this world. All you have to really do, guys, is smell like a French fry, and the ladies just love you. Thrilled to have our buddy Ronald McDonald with us here tonight at Pat Catan Stadium.
He is having a good time. I wonder which team he's rooting for.
3rd and 2. Pagel throwing into the end zone, just short. Ray Hamilton is there, and he has it.
You got to give Hamilton a lot of credit. That was a great catch. That was not the best thrown ball, but what Pagel did, he put it where no one could catch it but Hamilton, and Hamilton just leaped off his feet and was able to come down with that football. So if Pagel would have put that ball where he was supposed to, it would have been a touchdown, but still, I'm sure Strongsville would take it.
They have a 1st and goal from the 2. Kellen Pagel and the Mustangs moving down the field. At least for now, Ronald's rooting for the Mustangs.
He is. Now,
smart man, Ronald, while you're surrounded by green.
Now what we're going to see some power football, I think. We're going to see him pounding up in there.
Bianco, nothing doing. Big defensive stop by Nick Koschel.
Well, you got to give Nick a lot of credit. Just watch him play this run. He's sitting right there at middle linebacker. He understands the play, and he goes right out there, not giving Bianco a chance to get out to the outside and get into the end zone. He's played one big ball game so far tonight.
2nd and goal from the 2. Koschel, 8 tackles and a fumble recovery last week against Cardinal Mooney. From the 4, Bianco up the middle, slips and goes down a yard or 2 short of the end zone. Again, Nick Koschel, Rich Tansky on the stop.
Yeah, you got those 2 guys that pretty much in on every play. Again, Bianca slipped, but there was still nowhere for him to go on that play. Now it's going to be interesting to see the play calling, whether or not they're going to stick to the run and try to stuff it in there, or they're going to try a little fake run and maybe throw it in the to their big tight end, Ray Hamilton.
In the first quarter, Strongsville had the football for 10 minutes and 43 seconds, just 117 for Mentor. Exactly what Russ Jakes wants, but you have to convert on a 3rd and goal from the 3. Holder up the middle. And Lou Holder fighting for yardage and coming up a little short. Again, Mentor's defense right there against the run, Hanford.
Well, Coach Russ has got the attitude, hey, we're down here. I think my team down in the trenches are a lot better than yours. And Coach Trevisano say, bring it on. And it's just not happening right there. Number 47, he is just in on every single play. Talking about Nick. I like Nick. You know, again, last week he had 8 tackles, and he's picking right off from where he left off last week. And look, they're going to go for it.
This time they are going.
So this is going to be exciting here.
Same situation. They decided to go for the field goal in the first quarter, but now 4th and goal from the 2 for the Mustangs. Holder into the end zone, touchdown Strongsville. Lou Holder, junior running back, comes through and gets 6 for the Mustangs.
You know what he did? He just came off the right side and he just found the hole and he hit it and he kept going down low and got in the end zone. You got to give Coach Russ a lot of credit. He understands and he knew he wanted 6 or 7 points down here, and they went right at him and they got in the end zone.
Nate Freese comes in for the extra point. John Hamilton will hold. And Hanford, I like the decision. You played a conservative the first time. This time you went for it and you get the touchdown.
I like it too, because what you're doing is you're sending a message to Mentor. You're letting them know that we're not going to let you off the hook this time. Stop us if you can. Extra point is good.
John Hamilton doing a nice job on a low snap, getting that up for Nate Freese. The kick is up and good. And the Mustangs doing exactly what they want, controlling the football, and for now, controlling the scoreboard. Lou Holder with a touchdown run for the Strongsville Mustangs as they convert a fumbled snap by the quarterback into 3 points in the first quarter, and now a fumble on a punt return into a touchdown and a 10-0 lead, Hanford Dixon.
Yeah, you look at it, again, a 7-play drive and time of possession, 1:17. And when you look at pretty much that that whole first quarter and coming into the second quarter, Strongsville has pretty much held the ball. So Mentor has to get on track here. We've been talking about that offense and how good that spread offense is, but let's face it, they have not done anything tonight thus far. So let's see if Mentor, Coach Trevisano and his Mentor team can get on track.
That's the one thing about the spread. If it's not working, it just does not look good at all, and that's been the case so far tonight.
And just look at these Mentor fans. They are not happy. They are quiet over here.
Nate Freese kicks it deep. Warden takes it on the 1. No. The official says he was in the end zone, so the Cardinals will start on the 20-yard line. This team made it to the Division I state championship game each of the last 2 seasons, and these guys a big part of the reason why. Bartansky leading the way, Mr. Football in the state of Ohio, 25 touchdown passes, and threw only 6 interceptions all of last season.
Boy, he was a load trying to replace him. Just did everything with this football team. And again, it's not easy to replace him and plus those 3 wide receivers.
On first down, Cardinals trying to get something going offensively. Warden Tackled by a bunch of guys in green. Let's head down to the sidelines. Dion Miller with a Toyota sideline report.
Hanford, you said the Mentor fans aren't happy. Neither is the team. This is not exactly what they had in mind when they came to Strongsville tonight, but perhaps the inexperience that didn't show last week is absolutely showing tonight. Other than Tom Warden, 2 tackles are the only 3 returning starters on this offense for Mentor, and obviously that's showing right now. But before they took the field for this series, they said the O-line has got to step it up. We'll see if they can get it done on this drive.
Thank you, Dion. On second down, incomplete. Fracci trying to get that ball downfield a little bit, but Jordan Bradford there to break it up.
Well, I just don't like their execution right now. Again, you're looking at Fracci just coming right down at you, throwing the football. Terrible, terrible throw. I don't know where he's throwing it because there's nothing but Strongsville defenders right there.
Puts the Cardinals in a 3rd and 10 situation. Fracci faked the handoff and absolutely nothing. Phil Galaska right there to wrap him up.
Jeff, as good as this team throws the football, you got 3rd and 10, and what are they trying to do? Honestly, you got Strongsville that's playing a big part, and then let's give their defense a lot of credit, but there is nowhere for Fracci to go. I mean, look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green shirts just got him covered.
Galaska doing a nice job of fighting off that block hand for jumping out and making that tackle, and now the Cardinals have to punt the ball away again. Koschel downfield, downs it. First play of the game, a couple of turnovers. The first punt of the game, a couple of turnovers have really put Strongsville in absolutely great position. Hey, this week's winner of the Marks Cheez-It Kiss FM School Spirit Contest, Amy Metch from Eastlake North High School. There's Amy in the middle of that group somewhere. I'm not sure which one is Amy, but by golly, she's a winner with this one. Marks Kiss FM and Fox Sports want you to show off your school spirit in the Smile and Say Cheez-It photo contest. Visit kisscleveland.com and type in keyword Cheez-It. Upload a photo, you show off your school spirit. You could win a $50 gift card from Best Buy. Good deal. Plus, one lucky grand prize winner gets a laptop from Best Buy. Tune in again next Thursday. See who has the best school spirit. Plenty of spirit from the folks wearing green right now because Strongsville up 10-0 with the football again, but nothing on first down.
Yeah, they got Matt Bianco is running the football again. There's just no place for him to go. But again,
when you're the half player to the wide side, they have not seen that coverage yet. That's new for them.
And we have a new man in at quarterback, John Hamilton.
You got to make sure you have
also
depth.
a senior
You understand
in at quarterback.
Fellas, ain't no surprise.
You know what I think it's great? You have those coaches, Mike. I think that is just fabulous.
That was defensive coordinator Nick Toth,
just former
head coach at Eastlake North.
Yes.
First year as defensive coordinator here at Strongsville. Hamilton and Pagel have played split time really throughout their entire career, even going back to middle school. And John Hamilton is in there now. Ben Pike on the tackle. Yeah. John, a 6'1" senior, 185 pounds.
Well, just a little power play to the right side. Just take the hand off and just run it to the left, to the right. End up with the 3rd and about 5 right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how John Hamilton and this football team handles it.
Hamilton under center. Uh-oh. Sees a lot of folks in front of him, but completes it to Ray Hamilton. Boy, the Cardinals were right there. And Hamilton doing a nice job getting rid of that ball. Nick Krantz on the tackle, but a terrific job by Hamilton to get that ball out to his brother, Ray Hamilton.
He was lucky to get it away. I guarantee you, once he took that fake and turned around, he didn't expect to see those 2 defenders right there in his face. And I'm still trying to figure out how he got that ball away.
They come up a little bit short. 4th down and 3. So Nate Freeze standing on the 46-yard line will punt that ball away. Back deep. Warden for Mentor again. He fumbled the last punt. This one takes a bounce. Warden picks it up and gets a few yards out of that. Good aggressive return by Tom Warden. Let's go down for a Toyota sideline report. Dion Miller.
Yeah, guys, it appears that Kellen Pagel is simply rotating out. Nothing appears to be wrong, which is good news for Strongsville right now, up 10-0, but nothing serious, nothing's wrong. He's absolutely fine, ready to take the field again as soon as they need him to.
These two quarterbacks have gone back and forth throughout their entire career, as I mentioned. Last year, John played a lot more on the JV team than Kellen did because Kellen was injured. He broke his thumb in the second game in a JV game against Mentor, actually, and missed the rest of the season. Perez carrying the football for Mentor. Russ Jakes has to be absolutely thrilled with the play of his defense so far, Hanford.
Yeah, he's got to be pleased. And go back to talking about the two quarterbacks, the competition. Coach Russ said Pagel made every workout this summer and attended some camps, and that's how he pretty much got the start.
Fracci crossed the middle. Incomplete. Pass was intended for Mike Johannick.
Well, I think Fracci and Johannick and this whole Mentor football team is starting to hear it from some of these fans and also some of their teams because, again, they're just not executing. You're looking at a play right there where he should have had, hit him right in the chest, and he just dropped the football. If they're going to win this football against Strongsville, they have to play better than this.
3rd down and 8. Fracci, downfield, almost intercepted. Nice job in the secondary by Eric Dworznik, almost picking that one off. And again, Mentor, big trouble moving the football, Hanford Dixon.
Yeah, and you're going to see Eric Dworznik come in here after Fracci throws the football. He's got hands like mine. That's why he couldn't catch that ball. But if he would have caught that football, he would have still been running right now. Good play by Eric.
I saw you intercept a few passes.
Yeah, only a few, but you saw me knock a lot of them down.
Now that I did. That I did. Alex Kovac back deep to return this punt. He's standing at his 45-yard line. Nice punt. Hanging in the air. Kovac brings it in, and Strongsville will take over at the 38-yard line. 5:11 to play in the first half. Strongsville up 10-0 on Mentor.
Tonight's game on FSN Ohio is brought to you by Marks and Cheez-It. Marks and Cheez-It are proud sponsors of high school football. By McDonald's. McDonald's now has Southern-style chicken for breakfast and lunch. McDonald's, I'm loving it. By Kiss FM. Check out the online auction September 9th through 12th at kisscleveland.com for great deals on ATVs, tickets, spas, and more. And by John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer.
The Mentor Cardinals ranked 41st in the nation by Rivals.com coming into this game tonight, but their offense very un-Mentor-like so far. 4 drives, a total time of possession 3 minutes and 10 seconds, and the last 3 drives have all been 3 and outs.
And they're also ranked number 3 by the Plain Dealer.
Having trouble right now, but Kellen Pagel can't get that snap, falls on it. Very wise move, Hanford. That's what you talked about earlier, and Pagel doing just what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, you cannot afford, you cannot compound the problem. I mean, once that football is loose, don't try to pick it up, especially in this type of weather. I mean, it's rained a little bit, the ground is wet, so you just fall on that football. Just trying to see, was that a play that Pagel possibly could have handled? Because the snap looked like it was a little to his right.
Kind of on his right shoulder.
And hard. Just a miscue between him and the center.
Kellen Pagel has had serious injury trouble. He was out last year. We mentioned the broken thumb. As a sophomore, he tore the growth plate in his elbow playing baseball. Last time he was actually a starting quarterback for a full season by himself as the guy, 8th grade. Have a flag and a penalty marker on the field. And that one goes against the Mustangs. So after the fumbled snap, Hanford, they get pushed back even more. Kellen Pagel, though, after many years of fighting his way through some injuries, getting his chance this year and certainly taking advantage of it.
He is taking advantage of it, and again, I just wish him a lot of luck this year. I hope he could stay healthy, not only for him, but I guess I'm a little biased because I like his dad. So.
Yeah, we like his dad.
Yeah. So.
His father, Mike Pagel, of course, former NFL quarterback with the Colts, Browns, Rams, and his uncle Carl, former Major League Baseball player with the Indians. 2nd and 28. They throw back across the field. Alex Kovac picks up a few. Greg Schindler
and
on the stop.
It's the little things that you do to set up this play. Now, Pega won't get credit for this, but check him out. Watch him going to the right. He's looking to the opposite side, and then all of a sudden, at the last minute, he turns back around and then hits his receiver back on the other side. It's the little things that a quarterback do to set up a play. And again, all that's come from coaching, but also I guarantee his dad has taught him some of that too.
Russ Jakes told me during the week he was so impressed with Pagel against St. Ed's. He said we ended up with the ball on the 19-yard line. We had 37 seconds. We had no timeout, and we had to get down to the 35. And he completed 4 straight passes to get us there and showed absolutely no panic at all. On 3rd and 21, there's the big arm. Incomplete, intended for Sean Riley, but a little overthrown.
Wow, he did overthrow him, but that was surprising to me. I knew his arm was strong, but I didn't know it was that strong. He just turned around and just let that one go. 4th and 20.
Yeah, I'd punt. What do you think?
I agree with you, partner. I agree with you.
Nate Freeze in to punt the ball away, and Mentor could end up with very good field position. Even with the trouble they've had, Hanford, they're only down by 10 points. Freeze with a very high punt. Warden calls for the fair catch, and Mentor will take over at the 43-yard line. Mentor, one of the dominant programs in Northeast Ohio under Mentor graduate Steve Trevisano.
Yeah, I hope at least when people look, they say, uh-oh, that's a tough one, whatever week they're playing us. I'm sure in years past they didn't think so, but now hopefully they're saying, well, we got to play Mentor. And, you know, if that's what they're thinking, then we've done our job. And, you know, it's big for the community. It was a great atmosphere here last Friday, and people were excited and, you know, had a great crowd. So it's good to see for the school and community.
Cardinals last year, a record of 11-3, 13-2 the year before. Coming off a season-opening win over Youngstown Cardinal Mooney and P.J. Pecco, a team that is always well-coached and always ready to play.
I guarantee you this, you got Strongsville hated to give that ball back. They wish they could have run a little more time off the clock. Now, you're looking at Mentor right now. They have the football. They have good field position, and still there's about 3:37, 3:36 left on the clock. So they can take the football down and get back into this game.
Warden was the man in motion, and Tom Warden takes the handoff on 2nd and 6, picks up a couple. He'll be out close to a first down.
And when you look here, you look at the 2007 season with Mentor, the 11-3, went to the state, they were state finalists. In 2006, they was 13-2 record, the state finalists. So you're talking about a football team that knows how to win football games for the last 2 seasons, but they have to get back in sync tonight, Jeff.
3 years ago, Hanford, they were 5-5. So Trevisano and his coaching staff doing a nice job of taking that year where they played a lot of young guys, and those young guys ended up leading them to state championship games each of the last 2 years.
Well, they definitely have this program going in the right direction.
Our ace spotter, Ron Glassnap, said very close to a first down.
And you know, he said something interesting about his secondary during the when we had a chance to talk to him. He said it's one of the best secondaries in school history. You know, and it all starts with those 2 safeties. But right now, they're looking forward to that offense, getting them and putting some points on the board.
It's a 3rd and 1 for the Cardinals, just a little bit short. Fracci pitches it. Perez, first down Mentor.
Now, what you're going to see coming right at you, you're going to see the option. You know, the option pretty much is gone in football, but here it is. Fracci coming down. He's reading the end right there. The end takes him, and he just pitches the ball out, and there's good enough for a first down. They're coming right back at him.
Good job by Adam Watson on that play to clear out the defender and get the first down. From the 43-yard line, first down Mentor. This is Perez one more time. Bill Galaska is there to bring him down after a short gain.
Yeah, short gain on that one. Did get a lot of yardage, but still, I think they at least have to come away from this drive with at least 3 points. A touchdown would be nice for them, but they want at least 3 points. And they're not wasting any time. They're running a no huddle.
Fracci rolling to his left. Always tough for a quarterback, but a nice pass. Completes it out to Mike Johannick. Mike coming off a big game. Caught 10 passes, 111 yards, and a touchdown. against Cardinal Mooney last week.
Yeah, big target too. Talking about Mike Johannick, number 33. I think he's a senior, 6'3", 195. Big target, good enough for the first down.
And Mike's mom sitting right in front of us, greeted us when we came into the booth tonight. First down, Rachi completes it out to Pat Kidner. Mentor's offense showing life for the first time tonight, Hanford.
They are, and this is what we expected to see pretty much all night from this offense, see them move up and down the field, but for whatever reason, it just haven't happened until now, late in the second quarter. So, again, it's very important that they put some points on the board.
Second down and 6 for Frachi. Nice hard run by Mike Perez. That's the way to do it. Theo Tracek on the stop for Strongsville.
Yeah, what Mike Perez did, he's not a very big guy, 5'11", but you're going to see him right here. He's going to take the handoff, and he's just going to get right in the hip pocket of one of those big offensive linemen, and he's just going to ride him all the way till he can't go any further.
Had Kevin Porapat in front of him for a little bit, then Adam Watson leading the way. Frachi has some running room. Anthony Frachi into the end zone. Touchdown, Mentor.
And we suddenly have life from this Mentor offensive team. And I think you can hear it right here in the background because where we are standing, we're right behind the Mentor sideline. And boy, they are just going. And look at the smiles on their faces, right? They say, hey, what happened to this offense? Where have they been?
They get the touchdown, and after what's been a very difficult first half for Mentor, and they're an extra point away from just being down by 3.
Yes, they are, and this was very important for them to put some points on the board.
Extra point, no good though. Greg Plasaric not able to hit it, but after what's been a very tough first half, now it's 10-6, Hanford.
See, what you're going to see here, look at this. He's going to take the snap. But what makes this play really go right here? You're going to see the defender. He is going to He's going to bite on the right here. This guy in the corner. He's going to bite on the fake right here. Coming down. Boom! Right there, and there is the touchdown. Good blocking too. I got to get my drawing a little better, but I'll get it down there.
You just met the telestrator
yeah,
about 2
but that's
hours
all
ago.
right. I should have it. You know, look at Frachi, man. Good moves by him, weaving and dodging, going into the end zone. And again, that's what we've been expecting from this Mentor offense. Now, that cannot be a good sign for Strongsville.
Well, if you're Strongsville right now, Hanford, you have to think we've completely outplayed Mentor in the first half of this game, and we're only up by 4.
Yeah, they have to be disappointed right now. Minute 32 to go in this game, because if you look at the time possession, what's happened, Strongsville pretty much have had the football the entire first half.
Absolutely.
Now you look at it, look at the score. It doesn't seem like that. Even though Mentor missed the extra points, 10-6, they're still very much in this game.
Strongsville with 1:31 on the clock. Sean Riley has a little running room left side. Nice return by Riley. So Strongsville with 1:23 on the clock gets another chance offensively.
And they will love to counter those points that Mentor put on the board with 1:23 to go. They're going to go in their 2-minute offense, I think, or they may decide to just sit on it and just settle for the score 10-6 at the half. But with their offense, I got to believe that they're going to go into a 2-minute offense and try to put some more points on the board.
Their offense was terrific at the end of the first half against St. Ed's. Took it in for a touchdown, moved into field goal range late in the game against St. Ed's. Pagel hands it off, Lou Holder up the middle. And Lou Holder has come off the bench in this game and been very effective running that football for the Mustangs.
He has been pretty effective. He's already got a touchdown run already tonight. Again, a big run, somewhere of about 9 yards going straight up the middle. And again, 1:10, 1:11 left on the clock. Coach Trevisano is screaming at the officials, telling them to start that clock.
Joe Casper makes the tackle for Mentor. Pagel and the Mustangs not showing any panic here, Hanford. That's a good sign. Measuring for the first down here, they get a little breather.
Yeah, they're not. And again, I thought it was a first down, but it all depends on the spot. Now we're looking at it. He's a little bit short. So it'd be second and a little less than 1. But watch Coach Trevisano. He's working those officials. He wants that clock to start right now. He wants to take every second off.
1:11 on the clock right now for Kellen Pagel and the Mustangs.
Smart move here by Strongsville, up there and ready to go.
Pagel picks up the first down.
Should call a timeout now. Should call a timeout by Strongsville to try to give them, and they did, to give them a little bit more time here to try to put something together to counter and put some points. They did not call a timeout. I stand with that.
But they did switch quarterbacks. John Hamilton now in the game. It's an interesting time to switch a quarterback, Anthony.
It is.
Holder. Blue again with a very nice run. Stick with us. Coming up at halftime, we will hear the bands. And boy, do we have some good ones tonight. Strongsville, one of the finest bands in Northeast Ohio. And you can say the exact same thing about Mentor. That's coming up at halftime. Bands from both schools. Stats, highlights, our Farmers Insurance halftime show.
Now he calls the timeout, but Ray Hamilton had a block on that last play, number 11, that you would not believe. He just absolutely just lit into one of those defenders coming across the line of scrimmage to spring that play. Even though the play was going to the opposite side, he just absolutely lit into it. I felt it from up here.
That's why you cringed, huh?
Yeah.
Here's a look at this thing, Hanford.
Look at this. I want you to check this out. Here is the play developing. Boom! Look at Ray Hamilton right there, just absolutely. Here's the defensive guy going, reaching out. He's reaching out for it to make the tackle, and Ray Hamilton comes out of nowhere to just take him out.
Mustangs still have 40 seconds on the clock. And Kellen Pagel coming out at quarterback, so they switch quarterbacks again. You know your team has some continuity, Hanford. If you can switch quarterbacks like that on a drive at the end of the half, and they don't miss a beat. And so far, they've done that pretty effectively.
Right guard move. Right guard.
Pagel out to Riley.
Oh!
Sean is hit in a hurry. And Tony Genovese very happy with his work on that one.
Oh, Tony Genovese said, hello, Mr. Riley. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Mentor football. Did he kiss him right in the face? Big hit.
We need a towel here in the booth. Hanford drooling over the cornerback hit.
I like that one. Big hit. Check this out. Now you're talking about a big hit. This, back at home, you athletes, young ones especially, if you're going to make a tackle, this is the way you do it. You come head up, and then you just bring both of your arms, boom, and you wrap the ball carrier up. Because sometimes you're going to have some backs or receivers that are a lot bigger than you are. Even if they drag you a couple yards, don't worry. You have help that is coming.
It was very well done.
Thank you, my friend.
You know how to wrap up those big wide receivers.
I know, because I've been dragged a few times.
How many Pro Bowls? 14, 15?
Oh, about, what is it, 15?
Yeah, I think it was.
Let's say 3.
One of the finest players to ever play the corner position for the Cleveland Browns.
Well,
you and your buddy Frank Minifield were an awful lot of fun to watch.
Thank you, partner.
And did you ever think your legacy would be as a guy who barks?
Well, no. It's funny. Frank called me and he said, Hanford, did you know we were rated the second best quarterback in the NFL? And he said if we did, the only reason why we're number 1, we didn't win a Super Bowl. And then he comes to me and said, you know, the Browns are hurting defensive backs. He said, if you don't want to go, let me know, I'll go.
You know what? I can see Minnie saying that.
Yeah.
It's a 3rd down and 5, 16 seconds. And remember, Nate Freeze has a big leg. So you know Strongsville's looking to get down to about the 35 and give him a shot at a field goal, and he's going to get it.
Well, that was just a great play call right there. That was just a screen from the to Kovac, I believe it was, who was on the. Yeah, it was Kovac who caught the ball. They're going quick, so let's watch this play.
Pagel spikes the football, and Nate Freeze is going to get a chance to kick a field goal here.
Well, again, I think it's very important for Strongsville to come and at least answer those points. Look at the screen coming back. Pagel's throwing the ball to Kovac, and Kovac just takes the dangerous move going back up in there because that's where everyone is. But again, good game there.
Alex coming off a terrific game last week. 7 catches, 176 yardage-wise, and a couple of touchdowns. Don't forget his INT. Oh, absolutely. He and Kellen Pagel, big buddies, and it goes way back.
Let's go. Hands up inside.
I mean, me and Kellen have known each other since, who knows, 2nd grade. So we've been playing football together since 4th, 5th grade. So we've known each other. Our timing's gotten better since, you know, every year it's gotten better and better. So this year we should be on time with each other.
It's their chance to play together on the varsity because of injuries and Tim Kamchek, Pagel hasn't had the chance, but he's getting his chance this year, and he's taking advantage of it so far. John Hamilton coming onto the field, and he will be the holder for Nate Freeze.
And he's talking about something like that chemistry. You can't just teach. I mean, he's
and
there.
Now, there we go. Hamilton was counting, guys. Sorry about that.
No problem. No problem.
Jump, move.
From the 37, it's a 47-yard attempt. And no crossbar on this one. Good by Nate Freeze. Time runs out in the first half, and the Mustangs pick up 3 more points. This guy can kick it, Hanford.
I got to get my glasses. That just didn't look like it was good to me. But here he is. He's just a little soccer shot kicker coming around. Look at him. He head down. Did not look up, went completely through the ball, and let's see if this...
That was good.
If the officials, they can see better than me. It was good.
Let's head down to the field. Dion Miller with a Toyota sideline report and a very happy Strongsville head coach.
Asking if it's his good side, I'd say up 13-6 is your good side. How'd you feel about the way your team came out tonight?
Well, you know, we came in wanting to control the ball on offense and keep their offense off the field, and we really did that, especially the first quarter. You know, a bunch of young kids are fighting and scratching. Our defense is playing great. You know, now we got to play for 2 more quarters.
Absolutely. Last week they learned a lot. Do you think they're building off of that?
Well, we better against this team because they're good. They're well coached, and you know, hopefully we learned something last week. We'll see.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much. Tony Rizza, take it away.
All right, thank you very much, Dion, and welcome everyone to our Farmers Insurance halftime show. Strongsville leading 13-6. Turnovers hurting the Mentor Cardinals in the first half. The Mustangs able to take advantage and get that nice field goal. Coming up, you're going to see 2 of the best bands in all of Northeast Ohio. It is the Farmers Insurance halftime show. High school football game of the week. We'll be right back.
After a car accident, you open a whole world of challenges, like getting to work. Thankfully, Farmers customers can avoid these inconveniences. Our Help Point service arranges towing, car rentals, even recommends certified auto repair facilities. Contact a local agent and shield yourself with Farmers, just one of over 30 reliable policies available from Farmers.
Welcome back, everybody. Fox Sports Ohio's high school football game of the week, the Farmers Insurance halftime show. The Mustangs with a 13-6 lead over the Cardinals here at halftime. Some turnovers hurting Mentor in the first half, but this one is far from over. Right now, let's listen in to the Mentor Cardinal marching band. All right, there you have it, the Mentor Cardinal Marching Band doing a little Radar Love, now playing, of course, the Ohio State theme song. Welcome back, everybody. Our Farmers Insurance halftime show rolls on. Strongsville with a 13-6 lead over Mentor in the game of the week. When we come back, the pride of Strongsville, the Mustang Marching Band on Fox Sports Ohio. Stay with us. Welcome back, everybody. Pat Catan Stadium in Strongsville, where the Mustangs have a lead over Mentor, 13-6. We are at halftime, our Farmers Insurance halftime show. Time now to check out the Strongsville Mustang Marching Band.
Classic by the group Weather Report. Here is Birdland.
Welcome back, everybody. Farmers Insurance halftime show. The Strongsville Mustang Marching Band here at Pat Stadium. Strongsville with the lead, 13-6 over Mentor in our game of the week. Cardinals getting on the board late to make a game of it. Second half highlights, Jeff Phelps, Hanford, Dixon. When we come back, stay with us.
4th and 1, they're going for it. Stout hitting the backfield. Medina says they have a touchdown.
Like a
Wadsworth has the football. Wadsworth's going all the way. Jake Paladar, the man who did not recover the kick, is heading down the field.
Someone's
after him. Paladar inside the 5, touchdown.
Oh my
100 yards.
Still not here, Carl.
Last year, Wadsworth in overtime, 30-24 over Medina. The rematch next week, Thursday, September 4th, right here on Fox Sports. It'll be a good one. Medina at Wadsworth. Have a good one going on right now. We were expecting big-time offense. Strongsville averaged almost 32 points a game last year. Scored 36 last week. Mentor scored 37 points a game last year, 34 last week. It's just 13-6 on the scoreboard right now, Hanford Dixon, and maybe the big reason why, at least from Mentor standpoints, turnovers. They popped it up twice in the first half.
Yeah, they really did, and you talking about the points. I mean, you and I are really surprised at this 13-6 score, because before the game we were talking about possibly 40-30 or 40-35 or something like that, high number like that, but it just hasn't happened. Mentor just has not been able to get anything going, with the exception of right before the half. But you had Strongsville right behind Pago, came right back, and they answered the call to put up 3 points. So that's where this game is right now, 13-6.
Strongsville is moving the ball very well. Ray Hamilton doing a nice job. Kellen Pagel running the show. Anthony Bracci for Mentor coming up with a touchdown. They cut the Strongsville lead to 10-6 in the second quarter, Hanford. After being dominated, they were only down by 4, but with almost no time on the clock, Nate Freeze 47 yards away, and that's our halftime score, 13-6, as Strongsville does a very nice job late handling that clock and getting into position to add 3 more points. They did a very good job of that. Rushing-wise, Mentor, 31 yards in the ground. Strongsville, 28 yards. Mentor's really done a nice job, Hanford, of stuffing that running game from Strongsville.
You know what they really have, and that's one of the strengths, their defense, especially in the secondary, but the defensive line has really brought it tonight. But you know, one of the questions coming into this ball game was how Strongsville was going to respond after the big loss they had last week, and they've really showed us that they have come up and answered the bell, because when you look at it, the time of possession, Strongsville 18 minutes and 24 seconds to Mentor for only 5 minutes and 36 seconds. So big key difference in the ball game as far as the time of possession.
Exactly the game plan Russ Jakes and Strongsville had coming into this. He wanted his team to control the football, dominate the clock, hang on to it, and they've done a terrific job of that, Hanford. But I'm a little surprised, despite the dominance on the time of possession, and really outplayed Mentor in the first half. 13-6 is the score on the scoreboard, and I would think Mentor would be pretty pleased with that right now.
Well, yeah, and because they're such an explosive football team, a team that could score a lot of points, that could put it up, that can get it together, depending on what Coach Trevisano said to them at halftime to get this team ready to go. But they know that they're still in this ball game. But you know, again, going back to Strongsville, Coach Russ, I mean, he listened to his speech right before the game. I mean, it was fiery, got these guys ready to play, said nobody's going to give you anything. Let's go out here and let's take it, and that's what they've done.
Strongsville's defense coming in and doing a very nice job against that spread offense, Hanford. It's a tough offense to prepare for because you don't see it all the time, but they've done it very nicely tonight.
Well, they have. I mean, they've played well pretty much in all phases of the game, talking about offensively, defensively, and also in the kicking game. I mean, they've held onto the football, and they've done everything that they wanted to do. They've pretty much, just like we said, executed their game plan. And their game plan coming into this ball game was to keep the ball away from Mentor's offense. And if you keep the ball away from them, it's hard for them to score when your offense is constantly on the field.
Let's head down to Dion Miller. Dion?
Coach, you're only down by 7 points. You've only had the ball for 5 minutes. Are you surprised that you're only down by that much?
Yeah, we're lucky because we played a terrible half. all phases of the game. We got to get better this half and get back into it.
Tommy Warden feeling okay? I heard something about maybe perhaps his foot being injured, anything like that.
No,
Everything
I think
doing
he's
okay?
fine. I haven't heard anything. I think he'll be fine. Hopefully he'll come out and do a great job here in the second half.
The ground's been a little bit wet, and that seems to be an issue. What'd you tell your team heading into the second half?
Hey, we got to play our brand of football and control the things we can control. We do that, we'll be okay. If not, we're going home with a loss. So we'll see how we perform.
All right, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank
Jeff
you.
Hanford, back to you.
Dion, thank you. Tommy Warden last year won the MVP award for Mentor for his performance against Strongsville, the player of the week. He had 20 carries, 158 yards, averaged almost 8 yards a carry last year against Strongsville, but in the first half of this game, just 3 carries, 9 yards for Tommy Warden. Second half underway here at Pat Catan Stadium in Strongsville. Alex Kovac from the 10-yard line, and he has running room up the middle. Alex Kovac, nice return out to about the 43-yard line. Tom Schindler brings him down, and a nice tackle by Schindler because otherwise Kovac could still be running Hanford.
And Jeff, when you look at this hole, it was so big I could have ran through it. Oh, you and I both. Look at this hole. You got Alex Kovac coming to start to his left. All of a sudden he sees the hole. He cuts back to the right here, and boom! Going right up the middle there, and he's got one guy to beat, and he trips him up. So Strongsville picking right off where they left off.
On first down, Lou Holder. Up the middle, nothing there.
Jeff, I have to say this to Dion, poor thing down there. It's no fun interviewing those coaches when their team is down. They're a little fiery, aren't they?
Lou Holder has come off the bench and done a very nice job. Had a touchdown in the second quarter on a 4th and goal from the 2, which right now Hanford is looking like, along with the turnovers, the big plays in this, one of the big plays in this game.
Yeah, and Lou Holder is having one of his, obviously the second game of the year, but he's responded tonight.
Loss of 1 on first down, so it's 2nd and 11, and Pagel comes out firing. Completes it out on the left flat. Be a little short of the first down. Ryan Mack
and you got
on the tackle.
You got a penalty flag that's down too. But again, Pagel just a really nice completion. Just trying to cut down the third down where you have 3rd and short, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, something that is manageable. So interesting to see. And it looked like this penalty is going to be against Mentor, and that's pretty much going to give Strongsville a face mask, and that's going to give Strongsville a first down. You know, I don't know what Coach Trevisano said to his team at halftime, but obviously it's not working because his team,
it's a little early.
Well,
Come on, buddy.
It is early, but let's face it, his team is coming back out. They're picking up right. Look at this face mask. That was a biggie right there. You don't ever want to do that because you can get someone hurt. So you know, if you make a mistake and grab that face mask, you want to let it go right away.
That was Rich Tansky grabbing the mask, and it's moved Strongsville to the 35-yard line. Pagel fakes the handoff. He had Kovac deep. Again, he has Ray Hamilton underneath, but a flag on the play, and it's in the holding area.
I think that one is going to come back, but other than the penalty, that was a perfectly executed play by Pagel and Kovac, but this one's going to come back. One of the offensive linemen or somebody's holding. Let's see if we can pick it up.
Ray Hamilton caught that one, and Hanford, Kovac
55.
was deep over the middle.
Holding.
And it is a hold. It
Offense.
looked like Kovac
10
had
yards.
a couple
Spot
of
a foul.
You want to see
Still
something
first
that
down.
was funny? Well, it probably is not funny to those players. Did you see the face over there of Coach Russell that play? He was hot. He didn't like that.
At practice the other day, Russ Jakes, a little fired up. I was so impressed at the energy at the practice that Strongsville had. It was nonstop. They were going. They were fired up. Now they're looking at a 1st and 25, so they need a little energy right now. Lou Holder gets a bunch.
Wow!
Lou Holder from midfield. Hello, Lou.
John
Ryan
Deere
Mack brings him down, but Lou Holder didn't start this game. Boy, he is going to finish it because he has been outstanding. It's our John Deere long run of the game. Look at Lou Holder go, Hanford.
Oh, my goodness. Look at the run. You talking about a hole right up the middle. And I thought he was going to score. 36-yard run on the play. Almost scored, but boy, again, they are just wearing this Mentor defense down. On the field much, much too long.
They're on the 14-yard line. Lou Holder, 36 yards, gets it again.
Yeah, don't even throw it.
This time he runs into a bunch of white shirts with Dan Cowdrick leading the way.
But this kid came to play. He definitely, talking about Lou Holder, number 45, he came to play tonight, and you can just see it the way he's going through, hitting those holes, just explosion through the line of scrimmage, picking up every inch, all the yardage he can.
Well, at practice the other day, Lou Holder was working at linebacker. He's one of the starting linebackers, and defensive coordinator Nick Toth had to correct him because he jumped out on a play so fast. He said, "I know, Lou, you want to hit him so bad you're crazy, but I like crazy." And boy, he's playing crazy tonight on offense.
I like crazy too.
2nd down and 10. Pagel wants to throw for it. He has his man. And he has more than his man. He has a touchdown. Bobby Kaminsky comes out of the backfield in Strongsville. Hooks one up in the 3rd quarter.
Well, you would think right now that Mentor would be able to adapt to this play because we have watched Strongsville run this play probably about 5 or 6 times tonight, and Mentor has not stopped it yet. You look at Pagel, he's rolling around. He's got 2 or 3 options right there. Now you see the touchdown pass, but also another option that he's got Hamilton, who we've seen him hit a few times tonight on the same play, is dragging across the football field. So he's got a lot of options on this play, but you would think as much as Mentor have seen that they would stop this play.
It was nicely designed, perfectly executed, but you're right, Hanford, not a whole lot of defense there. Nate Freeze adds the extra point. 9-11 to play in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs came out ready to go here in the 3rd quarter. Kellen Pagel rolling out. Bobby Kaminsky right there with nobody in front of him. Touchdown Strongsville. It's 20-6. Mustangs on top at Pat Catan Stadium. Thrilled to have our friends from First Merit Bank sponsoring us this year on the First Merit High School Football Game of the Week here on Fox Sports Ohio. Jeff Phelps along with Hanford Dixon, top dog, filling in for Mike Pagel tonight. Mike, other commitments, and now able to get over those other commitments and get into the stands to watch his son lead the Mustangs. And right now, that's exactly what's happening, Hanford Dixon. 20-6 on the football field. The Mustangs on top of Mentor.
Mike has got to be pretty pleased right now the way Kellen is playing. He's having an excellent ball game. He's going through all his reads, and you could tell, like you mentioned earlier, that Mike has been working with him on his footwork. I mean, because he is actually moving a lot better.
Freeze has the ball on the tee. Perez and Warden back deep for Mentor. This is Tom Warden, and he is in play. A little reverse. No, they fake it. Perez had it. Warden gets running.
He's gone. He is.
Tom Warden out top. Can Hayden bring him down? No. Tom Warden still on his feet. That's exactly what Mentor needed. A big play. Hayden had a chance to bring him down. Couldn't do it. Connor Denning finally did. But Tom Warden busts one for the Mentor Cardinals, 67 yards on the return.
And that's exactly what Mentor need. Look at Tom Warden here, breaking tackles, running to the right. He's going to use his speed. He's got a man to beat there. Look at him break this tackle and come back to the inside. And boy, he looked like he broke 5 or 6 tackles there trying to go into the end zone. Big yardage on that return. Again, exactly what Mentor needs, hopefully, to get a score, to get them back into this ball game.
Jeff Hayden in perfect position to make the tackle and not able to wrap up Tom Warden, and he gets the ball all the way down to the 33-yard line. Now, can the Cardinals do something off the big play? Fracci out of the shotgun. Throws complete to Johannek.
Well, you get the feeling right now coming from Mentor that there's a sense of urgency, that they are starting to understand and know that this game is starting to get away from them. So they're again in the no huddle, spread offense, trying to move this football.
Eric Oppheim made the tackle for the Mustangs. First down, Mentor. Warden comes inside, takes the handoff. Or whatever Mentor said on the sidelines, Hanford obviously kicked in.
It's working, and then you look at this play right here is all Warden. He should have been stopped at the line of scrimmage on this particular play, but what he does, he beats another tackle and picks up about 5 yards on the play.
2nd down and 9 is what the scoreboard says right now.
2nd and 4.
Scoreboard's wrong, Hanford's right.
Maybe 2nd and 9 after this play.
Court Thomas on the tackle.
I don't think they gained anything on that one, Jeff. I think we're going to look at about 3rd and 5 coming up for the Cardinals. Sure, there's a possibility they're guaranteed a 3, but I know they want a touchdown right here.
Anthony Fracci. Warden in motion. They go the other way. Perez with some running room. Perez into the end zone. Touchdown, Mentor.
Now this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Watch this play right here, because the play was actually dead in the backfield, and as a defensive back, you cannot let him get on the outside. Look at Perez, number 6, he was dead right there, bounce it to the outside, goes into the end zone for the touchdown. And again, that's what Mentor want, not the 3 points. They wanted a touchdown to get back into this game.
But the extra point is blocked. Strongsville doing a nice job. Plasaric missed one earlier. This one gets blocked. So instead of being down by 7, Hanford, it's an 8-point game.
And that's actually hurt them tonight. But let's look at this touchdown again. Here it is again. He's coming up. The play was dead. He bounces it to the outside and was able to get in the end zone for the touchdown. He's got to be happy right there.
However, a little trouble on the extra point again, Hanford. And that's nothing but a good play by Strongsville.
They just came right up there. Nobody blocked them. And here's what's going to happen is
Jordan Bradford doing the block.
Probably those 2 points for extra points may come back and haunt them at the end of this game.
It's 20-12. The explosive offenses we expected to see, we've seen so far here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, and we just, you know, at the rate they're starting to score now, we just may see those points that we thought about a 40-30 game.
All the way up to the edge of the line. Do we want to fan it?
Little pooch kick down the field, and this is Bradford. Picks it up safely, returns it 3 or 4 yards, so the Mustangs get the football back. 7:33 to play in the 3rd quarter. Now, if you're Mentor, defensively, what do you want to do if you're Steve Trevisano?
Well, it's very important right now that they come out and do 3 and out. They have to go in there 3 and out, give the ball back to their offense, keep the momentum back on their side. Now, as a defensive player coming onto the field right now, you have to be fired up and ready to go. Now, on Strongsville's side, you have to stop that momentum. You have to go out and get a couple of first downs.
Kellen Pagel in the shotgun. Boy, he looks very calm out there running this offense, Hanford. Rolls to his left. Underthrows his receiver. Last time Strongsville had the football, Hanford, they had a couple of big plays and did just about everything right. Started with a kick return.
Yes, this started it all off. You got Kovac going straight up the gut for the middle, and then you got Lou Holder, who's had a big game tonight already. That was a 45, 46-yard run, and here is the touchdown pass by Pagel right there. So they have been playing offensively flawless.
Russ Jakes a little hot. Coach now in his 16th season, running the Mustangs in the playoffs, 11 of the first 15 years.
If Mentor is as smart as I think they are, when they run this little bootleg, watch, oh!
Lou Holder one more time. Lou Holder's having a coming out party tonight. Ryan Mack brings him down, but Lou Holder, another big run for the Mustangs.
Yeah, you had number 24, Ryan Mack, a saving tackle right there, but Lou Holder, as you said, he has just been phenomenal tonight. Pretty soon he's going to be over 100 yards rushing the football. He's already got a touchdown tonight, but he is just picking the holes, bouncing it to the outside, and picking up big yardage.
Holder coming in for Matt Bianco. Let's go down to the sideline, a Toyota sideline report with Dion Miller.
You mentioned Matt Bianco sitting out right now. He had a slow first half, so he's not on the field with the offense at this point. But clearly what Lou Holder has done, they don't need him, guys. There he goes again. 45 taking the rock downfield.
Holder on first down, brought down by Greg Schindler. Russ Jakes not afraid to mix up personnel on offense. That's absolutely the truth. Russ, a former college assistant at Bowling Green, then West Virginia, Northwestern, was an offensive coordinator at Wisconsin. The man knows offensive football and he knows offensive personnel.
Well, you could tell he's got fire. I mean, I call him Coach Russ, but Coach Russ Jakes, I just like to call him Coach Russ. but he's got fire. We've watched his expression on his face over there a couple of times on that sideline.
Lou Holder, 9 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown so far. He has been explosive for the Mustangs. Not a whole lot there. Didn't need a whole lot on 2nd and 4.
Yeah, that's going to bring up probably about 3rd and a long 3. And this is a big, big play for both sides, talking about Mentor's defense and Strongsville offense. You got Mentor's defense need to stop this drive and make them punt and give the ball back to their offense, and Strongsville offense need to keep the drive going.
Mentor fans in front of us rooting on their defense. Holder has become a force on the ground in this game. And he has it one more time. And he busts it one more time. First down, Mustangs. Ryan Mack on the tackle for Mentor.
You have to give this offensive line and the lead blocker a lot of credit. Watch the hold that they give for Holder. Everybody gets caught on the inside, blocked down. Number 40 right here, he's kicking out, and there's Holder, puts his head down, gets through the hole. He knows where the first down yardage is, and he picks it up. Andrew Cinco, Austin Buick, Kyle Woodward, Rob Gannon, David Kaminsky up front for the Mustangs and doing the job right now for Lou Holder. Matt Bianco, who started the game at tailback, a sophomore, had 99 yards last week against St. Ed's, but Holder really coming through tonight. 1st and 10. Pagel has to avoid the rush. Gets away from the first guy. Greg Schindler was in there to put some pressure on him right away, and Pagel avoided the sack, but a nice play by Mentor's defense. Well, you had Schindler, who was just coming off the backside, and he was just blitzing, coming straight off the backside right over here, going right at Pagel, and he almost made the sack right there, but Pagel really was aware of it and lost a yard, but it could have been much worse.
Wesley Kremyar hoping to clog things up in the middle. Big kid for Mentor, 6'2", 280 pounds. 2nd down and 11 for Strongsville. Kovac comes back for the football. Mentor's defense right there again. Boy, Hanford, they have done a very nice job on this drive defensively.
Well, they did, because what you're going to see here is a play where they are going to let all the linemen come right up the middle here and to set up this screen, but it still didn't work. Again, Mentor is getting after them.
Strongsville scored first in this game. Field goal by Nate Freeze off a Mentor fumble. Then in the 2nd quarter, after a fumbled punt by Mentor, Lou Holder with a 2-yard touchdown run, 10-0 Strongsville on top. Anthony Fracci scored to make it 10-6 on an 11-yard run for the Cardinals. Now 20-12, 3rd quarter. Pagel flips it back across the field, intended for Holder. He's kind of flipped that one up in the air, Hanford, and he's lucky there wasn't a Mentor Cardinal in that region, because that could have easily been picked off.
Yeah, just nothing there, because Pagel came back, and it was supposed to be a screen pass back here on the left side, but it just wasn't there. You had him, Pagel's going to come back here, and then he's going to take the ball, and there's supposed to be a back over here, but just not there. And so what he did was he did the safe thing to throw the ball away.
He was high, it went to the flat, but nobody in the area, and that was good news for Kellen Pagel.
You like my drawing there?
Well, I was trying to figure out exactly what it was. Ball going this way. It wasn't a bad first effort, though, on the illustrator. Freeze. Punts one high. Takes a bounce. And very safe for Strongsville. Mentor takes over with 3:40 to play. Cardinals are down by 8. It's 20-12. First time in this game that Strongsville has had to punt.
After a car accident, you open a whole world of challenges, like getting to work. Thankfully, Farmers customers can avoid these inconveniences. Our Help Point service arranges towing, car rentals, even recommends certified auto repair facilities. Contact a local agent and shield yourself with Farmers, just one of over 30 reliable policies available from Farmers.
You know, if you come to one of our First Merit Bank High School football games of the week, you just may take home a First Merit t-shirt. Careful there, folks. Don't get hit by those.
Did you see me hanging out the window?
Well, it was a good effort. It was a good effort by you, but you were right. You don't have hands.
Couldn't catch it. It hit me right in the hand.
Bud Carson used to say that, didn't he?
Yes.
Jeff Phelps along with Hanford Dixon here at Pat Catan Stadium in Strongsville. The Mentor Cardinals trying to get untracked offensively. 12 points on the board for Mentor. 12 points. You're reading that correctly. Fracci chased around in the pocket and now wrapped up, brought down, flag on the play. But a nice job by John Ports making the sack on Anthony Fracci.
Yeah, what you're looking at there is just a covered sack. I mean, there was just absolutely nowhere for Fracci to throw that football, and he had nothing to do but eat it. That's what you call a covered sack, so you have to give the defensive back credit for that sack.
So loss of just one brings up 2nd down and 11. Fracci had a man downfield. Now he's dancing around trying to avoid the rush. Football's loose. Strongsville's excited. Do the Mustangs have another fumble?
I think they have it. I think Strongsville's got the ball, waiting for the official to make the call.
Yes, they do. Mustangs recovered. Theo Tracek at the bottom of that pile. 3rd time tonight that Mentor has fumbled the football and that Strongsville has recovered. And this could be big, Hanford, deep in Mentor territory.
And when you look at it, this is going to be the reason if they lose this football game, this is why they will lose, because of these turnovers. And again, you look at Theo, a guy that's motor, just continues to run all the time. Didn't take the play off, even though he didn't make the tackle around the football, and was able to come up with that fumble.
Happy Mustangs, they should be. They give it to the offense on the 17-yard line. Kellen Pagel in there at quarterback. Lou Holder, left side, not a whole lot there.
Now, as a defensive player, now what we used to do, we used to give the offense a dirty look right now, because defensively you're tired, you're fighting, you're scratching, trying to stay in this ball game, and when you turn the ball over like that, absolutely no excuse for it.
Nick Koschel makes the tackle for Mentor. 2nd down and 8. Big opportunity right now for the Mustangs. They're up by 8, 2:20 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter at Pat Catan Stadium. Pagel wanted Kovac in the end zone, now throws into the end zone, incomplete. Let's go down to Dion Miller, a Toyota sideline report intended for Sean Riley.
Guys, we talk about Theo Tracek. What a leader of that front four for Strongsville. He has such a voice on that team. The last 2 touchdowns that Mentor has scored, both times he's looked at his D-line and said, we have got to calm down. Clearly they did on that, and what a fumble recovery for him and momentum shift. This is a kid who's been looked at by Kansas in the Big 12, as well as a number of MAC schools. He can certainly take his game to the next level.
He certainly can, no question about that.
Jeff, that last play is one of the, that's a poor decision that Pagel made just then. I mean, one of the few that he's made in this ball game. That's a ball he shouldn't have thrown.
Yeah, you throw that one up for grabs in the end zone, Hanford. That's tough. 3rd and 7. Trying to go down the sideline. Pass was intended for Sean Riley, incomplete.
The reason why I say, and I know you agree with me on this, the reason why we say that was a bad decision, because you want to at least come away with some points, 3. And that pass that he threw could have easily been intercepted. So that's one I guarantee you, when he watched the film, he wished he could take back.
Nate Freeze on the field to try a field goal. John Hamilton will hold, and it looks like it'll be spotted right about at the 22-yard line, so a 32-yard attempt by Nate Freeze. He hit a 47-yarder to end the first half. And he hits this one. 3 Mentor fumbles have turned into 13 Strongsville points. 2:01 to play in the 3rd quarter, and it's 23-12 Mustangs. And Hanford, they did get the 3, but a great opportunity to get 7 on the board, and the Mustangs weren't able to do it.
Well, they had to come away with some points here. because, again, they know and they understand that they're playing a Mentor ball club that can put it up, and they can put it up in a hurry. Even though there's 2 minutes left in the third quarter, there's still a lot of time left in this ball game. So you have to continue to score, continue to play hard, and come away with the victory, hopefully.
Uncharacteristic of the Mentor Cardinals, Hanford, to have trouble with that football, to turn it over. Well, that's what they've done tonight. Early on, Fracci, little handoff trouble, turned into a field goal. And then Tommy Warden back to receive a punt. He couldn't hang on to it. Opportunistic bunch of Strongsville Mustangs tonight.
And you're talking about some turnovers coming from their star players. Talking about Fracci and also Warden. I mean, 2 players. They're both seniors, and I mean, they know better. I mean, what can you say? They're leaders on this football team.
Did have a pretty fine mist falling for a couple of hours here before the start of the game. It did stop before the game began. But still, Hanford, it's a natural turf field here at Pat Catan Stadium, and I'm sure that grass is a little slippery, and that's had some impact on the fumbles by Mentor tonight. But still, you're absolutely right. The guys have to wrap those up.
You have to.
Freeze boots it away, and this one's in the end zone. Mentor will start at the 20-yard line with 2:01 to play.
Now, Mentor offense, they need to come out here and they need to put a drive together. Right now, they cannot afford to go 3 and out and give the ball back to Strongsville offense, because their defense right now has to be a little winded.
Mentor had 3 straight 3 and outs in the first half. Very, very uncharacteristic. 13 points for Strongsville off those 3 Mentor turnovers, and that's obviously the story of this game. Fracci to Perez. Strongsville right there. Bunch of green jerseys around Mike Perez, the sophomore running back.
I guarantee you, you're looking at guys like Theo Tracy, number 57, who's the leader of this defense. You're looking at guys like that right now is telling this defense, look, give it all you have. Give us 2 more plays. Let's stop it. Let's put them in their grave. Let's give the ball back to our offense.
Fracci on 2nd and 9, looking downfield, throwing downfield. Joe Hannock not able to bring it in. Sean Riley on the coverage.
That was a good play. Actually, that was a post pattern, and it was just a great play. Great play by Sean Riley. I think it was the cornerback who made a play on that ball. Watch him. He's going to come in here right at the last minute. He got his arm just under, watch his arm, last minute to knock that ball away. Wasn't pass interference, just a good play there.
Of course it wasn't pass interference.
No,
You're a cornerback.
Not on the defense.
3rd and 9. Fracci completes this one. Eric Dworznik on the coverage of Graham McKnight. But it'll be a first down for Mentor.
And that wasn't bad coverage. That was just a good throw and a good catch. I mean, I think that was pretty much a desperation pass, but they will take it because it's moving the chains.
Handoff to Perez. Mike still on his feet. Mike Perez down the sideline. A terrific run for the Mentor Cardinals. Knocked out of bounds by Eric Dworznik, but Hanford, that play looked over about 10 yards before it actually ended.
It did, and that was a power run by Perez. I mean, you're going to see him here. He's going to take this ball and cut it all the way back to the other side, cut up the sideline, and watch it in the end where he's going to punish Eric when he comes up to make that tackle.
Perez against Cardinal Mooney, 11 carries, 47 yards. Caught a touchdown pass, playing very effectively for the Cardinals tonight. Anthony Fracci in the shotgun. A little too much time. Yep.
Now see, this could be a killer. This could really be a killer.
Not when you need that, is it?
You do not need this. You have the momentum, you have a drive going, and then you come up with the penalty. Oh, it is against Strongsville, so they're going to be okay. It is against Strongsville, so it'll be 2nd and about 5. First and about 5. I stand corrected there.
So a little break for Mentor. Perez, right side. Boy, he runs in the pack really well, Hanford. Not the biggest guy, 5'11", 180. But he just powers his way through guys.
And I'm still trying to figure out how he could see in that crowd underneath there. But again, he comes out of there, and he come out of there for big yardage. Then he picked up only about 1 or 2.
John Ports made the tackle. It's 2nd and 4 Mentor. Lou Holder on the line, tried to show a little pressure there, and instead Jordan Bradford comes through with it. A bunch of green shirts in there. Court Thomas also in there on Anthony Fracci.
Well, what you're going to see here, you're going to see Fracci showing his inexperience as a first-year quarterback. There is no way he should take a sack right here. There's nowhere to go. Throw the football away. You have to get rid of that football because you're putting your team, you're really taking your team out of field goal position.
12 more minutes to play at Pat Catan Stadium. The Strongsville Mustangs have lost to Mentor for the last couple of years. They go into the 4th quarter up by 11, 23-12. They've been opportunistic, they've been effective, and they have the lead going into the 4th. Another good one in our First Merit Bank High School football game of the week on Fox Sports Ohio. Going into the 4th quarter, Strongsville on top of Mentor by 11 points. It's 23-12. Hanford-Dixon, Mentor, though, in good shape to put some points on the board if they can come through here. A very critical 3rd and 11 coming up.
Yeah, this is crucial. They have to move the chains here.
Fracci throwing deep and overthrows his receiver. The reason why, maybe a little hold on Mike Johannick.
Yeah, you're going to see pass interference right here on Johannick. What Johannick did, he was beaten on the play, and he just reached out and grabbed him. So that's going to, I guarantee you that's going to be pass interference.
Johannick, the intended receiver, and he had a beeline toward the end zone, and obviously Fracci was expecting him to be about 8 yards further along than he was. Hanford.
Well, what you're going to see here, he's got him beat. He's got him beat, and we could start it now. He's got him beat, and he's going to take this thing right here, and then you're going to see him come right there.
Right, holding
and
on the defense, 10 yards.
You're going to see him come right there and hold.
Sean Riley.
Well, dead ball, unsportsmanlike, on the defense, half the distance.
So a double whammy on Strongsville. Pass interference called on Sean Riley, and then tack on a little more, and Mentor in good shape early in the 4th quarter. Cardinals trying to regroup after going to the state Division I championship game each of the last 2 years. Critical losses through graduation, and they've done a very nice job. Week number 1, a 34-20 winner over Youngstown Cardinal Mooney. And now Strongsville giving them everything they want here at Pat Catan Stadium.
And they got it 1st and goal at the 9 with the whole quarter to go.
Mike Perez in the backfield. Tom Warden hasn't been in there for a while. Now he is. Coming around in motion. Dworsnik and Bradford combined on the tackle, but Tom Warden lined up out wide, and they'll do that with him a lot, Hanford. Bring him in from different situations where he might be able to get a little extra room, and we've seen him bust those in the past.
Well, that's like we talked about in the spread, because what they do is they do that to create mismatches.
Here comes Warden again. Fracci keeps it, dumps it to Perez. Mike Perez has running room. He has a touchdown.
What they did then, they came back and gave Strongsville a little of their own medicine to run that screen. Let all the linemen up the middle come straight up the middle, and then what happens? You had the back sneak right out for the screen, and he was wide. Watch this. He's going to fake the fake right here. You're going to have all the guys coming through, and look at him. Look at him. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them around him, and there's nobody to get. Oh, and they went for 2.
And they get it. Mike Johannick brings it in. They were down by 11. They score a touchdown. They add 2. It makes it a 3-point game.
If you and I said it, that this team could score, and they could score fast, and they are right back in this ball game. Now it's going to be interesting to see how their defense responds.
Anthony Fracci throws the touchdown pass to Mike Perez, his 2nd score of the game. We have a good one in Strongsville.
After a car accident, you open a whole world of challenges, like getting to work. Thankfully, Farmers customers can avoid these inconveniences. Our Help Point service arranges towing, car rentals, even recommends certified auto repair facilities. Contact a local agent and shield yourself with Farmers, just one of over 30 reliable policies available from Farmers.
The Mentor Cardinals come through with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They have cut the Strongsville lead to 3. Plenty of time on the clock. Before tonight's game, Farmers Insurance agents presented Strongsville's Tanya Barba with the Farmers Insurance Teacher Citizen of the Week award. Tanya's a graduate of Strongsville. She now teaches Spanish at the school, and her students have created English and Spanish flashcards for a children's village in El Salvador on behalf of COAIR, a peace mission that helps refugee communities. Tanya visits El Salvador every summer to teach preschool through 6th grade students, and she's done a wonderful job for Strongsville, and we're happy to recognize her as our Farmers Insurance Teacher Citizen of the Week. She was so touched when she found out she won the award, she teared up.
You know, I saw her right before the game, and boy, it's just a great thing that what she's doing.
So now, Hanford, if you're Strongsville, Mentor's right back in this game. Anything can happen as the Cardinals punch it down the field, nicely brought in by number 25 for Strongsville. Zane Krisman brings it in, but now Strongsville has to be very careful because Mentor right here. Nice touchdown, Mike Perez.
Well, did you see that play fake right there? And watch him, he faked it, and then he comes right there, runs the screen to the back, and he goes in untouched for the touchdown. Now, getting back to this ball game, you're talking about Strongsville. Now, here's the thing with Strongsville. Now, it's fourth quarter. The game last week start to creep in their mind how they lost that football game?
They were up 21-0 on St. Ed's. Had a couple of chances.
Whoa! He broke
Lou Holder.
He is gone.
Lou Holder on his way to the end zone. 66 yards. How's that for answering, Hanford?
Oh, he answered the bell. Again, thought he was dead, thought the play was dead, and he came out of there, and there was no one going to catch Lou Holder. Big run by the young man.
Lou Holder, 66 yards. Well, we're talking about Mentor being right back there, Hanford. They were, and then Lou Holder goes bananas.
Watch him. Looked like he was dead, and it was gone. But he just came right through the hole and kept going. Look at there. No one could catch him. He turns on the burners, go in the end zone, and they needed that touchdown.
13 carries, 152 yards, and a couple of touchdowns for Lou Holder. Freeze, extra point is up and good. And that's the way to answer a Mentor scoring drive if you're the Strongsville Mustangs. 30-20 here at Pat Catan Stadium, and here goes Lou one more time.
Now watch him, he's just buried right there behind. Look at him, right there. He's just buried behind everybody, and then he's gonna come out of there. Everybody thinks he's down. You look at some of the players from Mentor, they took the play off because they thought the play was dead. And as a result, he's gone in the end zone for a touchdown. Now, I want you guys to watch some of these Mentor players take this play off. Okay, again, they think he's down right now, but look. See, look at there. There's 1, 2 of them. And then Lou Holder comes out of there and just breaks it for a big one. Boy, you talking about the play of the game. If they go on to win this football game, that is the play of the game.
Lou Holder, 5'10", 190-pound junior. Didn't start in this game. Certainly is finishing, Andrew.
He is. He's had an excellent game. I think that's his second touchdown. Is that correct?
It is his second touchdown.
Now, on the other side, Coach Trevisano has got to be upset. He's got to be upset with his team.
Livid.
He's got to be, and his defense have to be livid. How can you let this happen when your offense puts you back in the ball game and you let a play like that happen?
It was a 13-6 game at halftime. Offense's half picked up here in the second. Number 45 coming up with a 66-yard touchdown run. Pretty good running back in Columbus, where number 45, Hanford. That with the name of Griffin. That's why Lou's wearing that one. Nate Freeze, another deep kick. And Warden apparently in the end zone when he brought that one in. So it's a 20-yard spot for Mentor. How quick did this thing happen here?
Let's take a look at it right now. boom, coming right in there. They think he's down. He comes out of there, never stopped pumping his legs, and he just takes this in for a touchdown. Again, a 66-yard run, touchdown by Lou Holder.
152 yards for Lou Holder on 13 carries. That's a little celebration. Lou and Justin Bubar. Now Fracci and Mentor have to answer, and that's a good way to start. Graham McKnight. Nice pickup across the middle.
Well, they don't have a choice right now. What they have to do is they have to score, and they have to score pretty quick right now because they need 2 scores in order to try to win this football game, and that's saying if Strongsville doesn't score anymore. So you're going to see, again, we talked about a sense of urgency. You're going to see it right now on the side of Mentor.
22 yards on the pass play to Graham McKnight. Fracci puts it up. Johannick brings it in. Sean Riley brings him down after a gain of about 5.
To see what Fracci and his offensive team right now cannot afford to do is have anything to kill this drive. They have to be flawless. They cannot have any penalties. They have to keep the ball moving and keep getting first downs and put some points on this board.
Fracci lofts it over the middle. Nice catch over the middle. By who is that? Number 11, Pat Kidner.
Well, you had Fracci just got lucky again on a pass. That's a ball that almost got away from him. You have to give his receiver a lot of credit.
It was incomplete, excuse me.
They called it incomplete?
Yeah,
because that was a tough catch. And that ball just got away from Fracci. Terrible throw.
Fracci's name very well known in Mentor.
That was like a duck going through there.
Fracci's family has owned a florist shop in Mentor for generations. Fracci hit in the backfield and brought down.
Big number 99 was in there.
Phil Galaska, Sam Gallagher also in there.
Phil Galaska said, not on my watch, not today. I'm going to make you go 4th down. You're not getting the first down. Watch him come right there. Just push, keep driving, runs right over the offensive lineman. He was the one that made that play. Even though he's not going to get credit for the sack, he made the play.
So on 4th down, Huron Carr standing on his 30-yard line to punt the ball away. Alex Kovac back deep for Strongsville. Low kick. Kovac might have a chance to return this. Calls for the fair catch instead. I know Hanford's enjoyed this one tonight. He'd want to take another look at it. And Hanford, you have a chance to do that because you can purchase a DVD of this game at www.gametapes.com. Get a copy of tonight's game, which is a very nice thing. Farmers Insurance, though, is presenting every band member, every football player associated with tonight's game, every cheerleader, their very own copy. And we appreciate the folks at Farmers Insurance doing that. But www.gametapes.com, the place where you can get a copy of tonight's game.
Well, that's nice of them. What you have to do, you have to give Strongsville defense a lot of credit. They did their job. They stopped Mentor's offense to give the ball back to their offense to try to run out some of this clock now.
Lou Holder, the man who has made his name in Strongsville history tonight already. Let's go down to the field. Dion Miller with the Toyota Sideline Report.
He certainly has made a name for himself tonight. Sweet Lou, as they call him. That was actually the nickname given to him in 8th grade. His coach, Denny Martin, said that he did everything perfectly, and every time he came out the field, he'd be like, Lou, that's so sweet. So they called him Sweet Lou. I've also heard a couple of You're My Boy, Lou, but I think Sweet Lou is the official nickname for him. And yes, he is wearing number 45 in honor of one Archie Griffin. He's certainly having a solid night for Strongsville.
Lou over 150 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And now a chance to milk that clock. Exactly what Russ Jakes wants and pick up some yardage too, but a flag on that play. Throwing back around the line of scrimmage, Hanford.
Yeah, and this is not what you want to do if you're Strongsville. You got Lou, who had another big run, possibly picked up the first down, and you got number 77, who they call for holding on that play, and that's gonna bring them back, and that's gonna be 2nd and long now.
8:45 on the clock.
Holding offense, 10-yard spot of foul. Still 2nd down.
I think that was big Andrew Cinco. Am I to pronounce that right? Cinco?
Yes, you are. Andrew playing left tackle, big guy, 6'3", 235. But again, only 4 returning starters on this offense for Strongsville, and only one returning offensive lineman who started last year, Andrew Buitt at left guard. Cinco, Woodward, Gannon, Kaminsky, all new starters. And in fact, David Kaminsky at right tackle is just a sophomore. 2nd and 21. Mustangs stay on the ground with Holder. Not a bad idea after what we've seen in the second half. Rich Tansky on the stop for Mentor.
Well, you have to give Coach Russ a lot of credit. He's sticking with it, even though he had 2nd and long. He said, I'm going to take some of this time off at this clock and keep it running. Right now, just under 8 minutes to go. He's looking at about 3rd and what, 13 or so?
But 3rd and 14. Holder coming out of the game. Has a little bit of an injury being looked at. Matt Bianco checks back in. Again, Bianco, 99 yards last week against St. Ed's, and he had 67 of those yards in the second half. He's next to Pagel on 3rd and 14. Kellen Pagel throwing it deep, way deep. Ray Hamilton says, hey, I was interfered with, fellas, and the referees do not agree.
Well, you know, I know he wanted to go to Ray Hamilton, but all he had to do was look on the other side of the field, and he had, I think it was Alex Kovac that was wide open, but here, that's not pass interference because all he did was cut in front of Ray Hamilton. He didn't grab him, didn't hold him, he just cut in front of him, and you are allowed to do that. But all Pagel had to do was look to the opposite side of the field, and he had Kovac wide open.
Gosh, Hanford, not pass interference, huh?
No.
Never is it, my friend? Never is. Nate Freeze punts the ball away. Warden calls for the fair catch, brings it in at the 39-yard line. So 7:26 to go in the game. Mentor again with an opportunity. They are down by 10.
And Jeff, they're down by 10, but it's still, again, about 7:26 to go on the clock. We know Mentor. Again, Mentor's got explosive offense. They can score. They can score fast. This game is far from being over. Strongsville, I think they understand and they realize this.
That's one of the scary things about Mentor, Hanford, is that they can score so quickly that they put up points and then there's so much time still left for them to continue to do things. Fracci cranks it up deep, intended for Johannick, and it's intercepted. Sean Riley with a terrific dive to bring that ball in, a little overthrown, going deep to Johannick, and Riley comes up with a terrific catch and another critical turnover by the Mentor Cardinals. That's their 4th.
Excellent play by Riley. Terrible play by Fracci. What Fracci did, it was a bad throw. As you could see it, he just threw it way past his receiver running down the field, and he threw it right to Riley. Bad throw by Fracci. Good play by Riley.
Fracci last week did not throw an interception against Cardinal Mooney. Was 22 of 32, 222 yards. You know he wants that one back because he gives Strongsville the football on the 25-yard line, up by 10 with 7:20 on the clock.
And surprising here, you're starting to see some of the Mentor fans starting to leave this stadium, and there's still a lot of time left.
We will see a steady dose of the running game. Matt Bianco taken out of the game earlier. Lou Holder has come in, been terrific running the football, but Lou out right now having his ankle looked at. And on first down, Bianco comes up with a nice game.
And you could tell this Strongsville team is a well-coached team because when you watch him carry the football just then, they realize that you cannot have any turnovers. He's got both arms wrapped around that football protecting the ball.
Gain of 5 on first down for Bianco. Strongsville had 5 turnovers last week that they had against St. Ed's. This is Bianco spinning, wraps it up, does a nice job dancing out and picks up the first down. They have a turnover station, Hanford, during their drills where they send the defenders over. Hey, we're working on turnovers right now. Now, that hasn't really led to too many tonight because Mentor's really done it to themselves. But obviously turnovers a critical thing that Strongsville has really stressed this year.
Well, it's always the team normally that have the most turnovers, or the team, when you look at it, a lot of the time lose the football game. And it's no difference tonight. Mentor's just throwing the ball away, and Strongsville is taking advantage of it.
Bianco has come in and had a couple of nice runs in a row. He gets the football one more time from the 37-yard line.
And Mentor has to do something to stop this Strongsville offense. They cannot just stay here and let them continue to run the football, pick up first downs, and run the clock out. They have to make a stand, and they have to make it right now and get this football back to their offense. Because see, as long as they let them make first downs, what's going to happen is field position, and that's terrible. You don't want your offense way back up in your own territory.
And the Cardinals need 2 scores.
Yes.
Now approaching 5:30 to play. Mustangs doing a very nice job since the interception of hanging on to the football, but not that time. Bianco fumbles. They control the football very well, and now Mentor. They cough it up. Bianco puts it on the turf. Mentor recovers. Nick Koschel comes up with the football, so exactly what Strongsville didn't want is exactly what happens.
I wouldn't want to have to go over there right now and face Coach Russ. He is going to be, let's look at this. This looked like a good handoff by Pago, and Bianca just dropped the football. He never got hold of that football and just dropped it, and look what happens. Mentor come up with the big play.
Greg Schindler comes up with that football, number 17. Fracci on first down, trying to go over the middle to Johannick, incomplete. Sean Riley right on top of him, Hanford.
Well, see, now you called me a coach earlier. This is what makes me really want to coach right now, because I see right now as an offense for Mentor, and nothing against their coaches, but I see that defensive back, he's biting on that slant and on that post. Well, the offensive line, hey, give me a little time, what Bernie used to say, and do a little slant and go on it.
Fracci looks over the middle, throws deep, intended for number 11. That was Pat Kidner, but incomplete. Pat not able to bring it in, and Eric Dworsnik part of the reason why.
Well, looked like that wasn't Fracci's fault. Looked like that ball hit I want to see it. Looked like it hit him right in his hands, and it did. That's a ball late in the ball game he's got to come up with. He's got to catch that ball.
3rd down and 10. Perez heads out right side in motion. Fracci to McKnight. Complete, and a first down for Mentor.
Well, I think we were in 4-down territory anyway, even if they didn't. What do you think? Come up with that?
Close,
right.
Yeah, pretty close.
So it came up with that first down. Again, they need a score. They get a quick score here. They're still in this ball game.
Each team has all 3 timeouts remaining. Fracci takes the handoff, dumps it to Perez. This is the play that worked for the touchdown earlier. Works for a big gain here.
And we have a player down. Hopefully he's okay. We got a player that's down on the field.
One of the Strongsville Mustangs down on the field right now, and we think it might be Phil Galaska.
Hopefully it's just cramps or something. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah. Strongsville had the football up by 10. They were moving it very well. Matt Bianco had a couple of very nice runs. They were eating up the clock. And then a little confusion on the handoff from Kellen Pagel to Bianco. Not sure exactly what happened, except that the football ended up on the turf. Mentor recovers. And now the Cardinals driving with 4:52 to play here in the 4th quarter.
I guarantee you, you're going to have some of those Mentor fans that was leaving this ball game early if they score. Yeah, I think that is
like a cramp.
Yeah, Phil's got cramps. I mean, they're just working this. We used to tell the guys when they had cramps, and I was one of them, get up and get off, get on the sideline. You're stopping the game.
Oh, the compassion.
But they hurt so bad. Oh. Because as soon as you get up and you start walking, that knot comes right back in your leg.
4:53 to play. It's Strongsville by 10. Mentor on the move here at Pat Catan Stadium.
Welcome back to High School Football Live on Fox Sports Ohio. 4:52 to go, 30-20. Strongsville leading Mentor right now. A couple of injury updates for you. Phil Galaska more frustrated with the cramp in his calf right now than anything. He appears to be okay, stretching it out at this point, and we'll see what happens with him. As for Sweet Lou Holder, he did come out because of an ankle twist or something to that effect. He does appear to be okay. They retaped his ankle, couldn't tape it fast enough for him. He was telling the trainer, come on, come on, come on, watching the clock. He desperately wants to get in that game and keep his team in the lead.
All right, Deion Miller, thank you very much. Mentor has a 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line. They've been in the red zone 3 times tonight. They have 3 touchdowns to show for it. Anthony Fracci gets it out of the shotgun. Out to Perez. And again, Mike Perez, a little bit of running room, making some things happen out there in Hanford. He's been very effective.
He's been effective, but again, that was a well play by Strongsville. Everybody's just, just dropping back, and then the little short pass coming up, making the tackle. I think they picked up maybe 3 yards on the play. Again, most importantly, using up a lot of clock.
Fracci looking into the end zone. Throws. Kidner brings it in close, but doesn't get into the end zone.
Let's go, dude.
That was a good catch in traffic. I think he's down probably about the 2-yard line. It will be 1st and goal, and they have to be ready to go because officials, as soon as they place that ball, they're going to start this clock.
Fracci runs the option, keeps it himself, and gets into the end zone. Touchdown for the Cardinals. 4:09 to play, Hanford, and we have a great football game going on in Strongsville.
Well, I want to see what they're going to do. Are they going to try to kick the extra point because they haven't been too lucky with that all night tonight?
They've had a miss and a block,
and they are going to try it. This is crucial. This is the difference in a field goal and a touchdown.
Yep. Greg Klasarek puts it up, and he gets this one. It's a 3-point game with 4:09 to play. The Mentor Cardinals outplayed in the first half. Steve Trevisano said his team just did not play well in the first half. They have come back here in the second, Hanford. They've been down by double digits a couple of times, and now they've cut it to 3 with plenty of time on the clock.
And again, if you're a Strongsville fan, you want me to say what I said last time about Strongsville, remembering going back to the way they played last week and the way they lost that ball game. The reason why I said you want me to say that, because you see what happened, how they responded with a 66-yard touchdown run after I said that. So, going back, now you got Mentor. You have to come back and you have to stop them. You cannot afford to let them get a first down if you want to give this ball back to your offense and try to win this game.
Mentor taking advantage of the Strongsville turnover. Mustangs had the football up by 10. They were milking the clock, gaining yardage. They coughed it up, and it's led to a touchdown and a 3-point game. Klasarek punches it down the middle. Nobody there. Mustang needs to fall on it, and Jordan Bradford does. Last 2 years, this Mentor team, runner-ups in Division I. They went to the state championship game, and they did it 2 years ago with a young team. They did it last year with a veteran team, and those veterans have moved on. In fact, from both teams. The Strongsville team, DJ Woods, now at Cincinnati. Tim Kamchek playing basketball at Cleveland State. Eric Stoyanov, their outstanding running back, now at Princeton, playing football in the Ivy League.
Combining for 5,000 yards. Here we go.
Mentor, of course, lost Mr. Football and all of his wide receivers, and now the Strongsville Mustangs need to work that clock, move it downfield, because Hanford, you do not want to give that ball back to Mentor.
You don't. They have the momentum right now and look like the defense is trying to rise to the occasion. Only picked up about 2 yards, so you're looking at about 2nd and 8 right now. But again, if you are Strongsville, you want to try to take every second off of that clock before you snap the play, and that looks like what they're doing.
Lou Holder back in the game, picked up a yard on first down. Wesley Kremyar, tackle for Mentor. 3:30 to play. Hagel wants to throw, guns it downfield, had Kovach. Overthrows Alex Kovach, and it brings up 3rd down and 9.
Well, it looked like he had him, but it would have been a tough throw because right underneath him there was a Mentor defender, and he had to throw over his head. I think the Mentor defender was number 17.
Greg Schindler.
Yeah, Greg Schindler was right there, so it would have been a tough throw for him. But you got 3rd and 9 right now, 3:25 to go, a first down that Strongsville have to get because they don't, again, just like you said, they don't want to give this ball back to Mentor.
Strongsville had a 21-0 lead on St. Edward last week, couldn't hang on. Lou Holder on 3rd and 9, doesn't get the first down. They were up 10-0 tonight on Mentor. Cardinals have not led in this game, but they are going to get the football back. Ben Pike on the tackle. 3:15 on the clock. Cardinals are going to get a chance to take the lead in this one.
Well, what I like right now is Coach Trevisano of this Mentor team. He is pulling all his guys together and saying, look, get right here. Look me in my eyes. It is on the line. If you don't want to play, stay on the sideline.
This Mentor team has tons of talent, even with all the graduation losses last year, and Russ Jakes of Strongsville knows it.
I'm getting carried away. Did he actually say that?
Steve's got a great program going. And, you know, they don't lose. When you lose a guy like Bartansky, that's something special. But they reload at every other position. And from watching their quarterback in their 2 scrimmages and then in their game Friday night, you know, he's getting better every week. And, you know, he's a senior. He's waited his turn. So he's been taking a lot of reps for 2 years. So, but they reload, whether it's offense or defense. They have a great system. They're a greatly coached team. They do a great job out there. I'm very, very impressed with all facets of the game.
Coach Jakes is right. Mentor reloads. They have numbers. A big school. Everybody knows that. And they use those numbers to their advantage in the spread offense, a byproduct of some of those numbers. It's one of the reasons they went to it. Nate Freese will punt this ball away. Tom Warden standing on the 40-yard line, back to receive it. Ball bounces at the 46 and down at the 47-yard line. So with 3:07 to play, Mentor gets the football, good field position. They are down by 3. They go to the spread offense about 7 years ago, Hanford, because Steve Trevisano said, you know, I kind of thought the running game was boring. I want to liven it up. I want our guys to have fun. And because we have the numbers, it can wear down the other team. So he went to his alma mater, Bowling Green, hung out with a guy named Urban Meyer to learn the spread offense. He did. He brought it back to Mentor, and he runs basically the same type of offense Urban Meyer now runs at Florida. Fracci on first down for Mentor. Guns it deep downfield, intended for McKnight, and it's incomplete.
Well, unfortunately for Fracci, he saw McKnight late. And by the time he saw him, he tried to throw the ball to him. It was just a little bit too late. And he turned him around. The defender was just right there. He's got all kind of time. I mean, he had time, but he just couldn't find the receiver.
Second down and 10. Fracci over the middle to Carez. Mike Carez has found space on the field all night long. He picks up a first down for Mentor. Court Thomas brings him down, but Mentor on the move. 2:53 on the clock.
Well, it was a good throw and a good throw and catch, and also a good run after the catch. So again, Mentor picks up the first down, and they are moving.
And they are ready to go as soon as the referees say play football. Warden in motion, gets the handoff. Tries to cut it back. Phil Galaska. Cramps are gone. In there to wrap him up and bring him down.
Well, see, you get the sense right now that Mentor is in control of this football game, even though they're trailing.
Yep, you do.
But you just feel that they are in control of this football game, and Strongsville, I hate to say it, they've fallen into that rut from last week.
Second down and 4 for Fracci.
Oh!
Carez had room. He couldn't hang on. Brings up third down.
One thing we always told you, you cannot catch what you don't see, and you can't run with that football until you catch it. Here he is, just a mistake. He wanted to run with the football before he actually secured it and caught it. And again, crucial miss by him.
Puts Mentor in a third down and 4. Ball on the 30-yard line. 2:15 to play here in Strongsville. Fracci throws, intercepted, and a lot of running room for the Strongsville Mustangs. Eric Dworsnik cuts it back.
He's gonna score!
Spoken like a defensive back, Hanford. Nice interception by Dworsnik. Almost broke it all the way. Anthony Fracci saves the touchdown, but turnover number 5 for the Mentor Cardinals, and this one could be the one that does them in.
Bad play by Fracci. I mean, just a bad decision by Fracci. Look at him dropping back. You only need 3 or 4 yards for the first down. He's trying to force a ball right there in double coverage, and all he needed was 3 or 4 yards. Come back to the same play you had before, but you don't want to try to throw that. That's a poor percentage play right there. You look at Oh, bad play, but you have to feel for these kids. But again, you have to be happy for Strongsville.
Eric Dworznik doing a nice job to bring that one in, and an even nicer job heading down the field.
Well, what Eric was doing, sitting back there in that free safety position, and he just read the football.
Dworznik, one of only 3 players on that defense who are not returning starters. Earns his stripes tonight as Lou Holder on first down goes right side and picks up a few. Clock running, 1:55 to go.
Well, I think you got a timeout right now. Mentor call a timeout.
One. The first of the game.
The first of the game, and they have 2 left, and you're starting to see these fans from Mentor just head back to the, is it east side or southeast side?
It's way east side.
Yeah, they're starting to get out of here.
You've been here long enough. You know where
I
Mentor
know.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you West Side guys don't get out east very often,
No,
do you?
I know.
This was a 23-12 Strongsville lead going into the fourth quarter. And then Fracci came up with a 10-yard touchdown pass to Mike Perez just barely into the fourth quarter to make it 23-20 after a 2-point conversion. Then Lou Holder followed with a 66-yard touchdown run for Strongsville. Momentum all the way back the Mustangs' way and made it 30-20. But then Fracci came back with a 1-yard touchdown run, taking advantage of a turnover, 30-27. Mentor had the football on the move. Eric Dworznik intercepts Anthony Fracci, returns it 55 yards, and it's a 3-point game. Strongsville with the football, under 2 minutes to play, looking at a 2nd down and 5. This is Holder, and he had plenty of room up the middle. Very nice job by Lou Holder putting his head down and picking up some yardage, Hanford Dixon.
Hey, Jeff, it goes back to the play. I think it was like second or third and about 5 or 6 for Mentor. And Fracci threw an excellent pass across the middle to Mike Perez, and he just dropped the football. That would have been a first down for them. When they look at that, look back at the film, and they see that play, it's going to kill them. And then the very next play, I think you had 3rd and 5, and you had Fracci who tried to force the ball in there, and it just was no reason for it.
Holder picks up the first down, 1st and goal, Mustangs at the 8-yard line. 18 carries, 176 yards for that young man, Lou Holder, along with a couple of touchdowns. Big night from Lou Holder. He has been outstanding coming off the bench tonight. And the reason this game is sitting where it is right now, the reason Strongsville has controlled this game all the way and Mentor has never led, turnovers. Mentor has had 5 of them tonight, Hanford, and that is uncharacteristic.
It has cost them. It has cost them dearly, all these turnovers. They have just not protected the football, and you have to be happy for Strongsville. Again, I keep saying that Strongsville has played an excellent game. They've stuck to their game plan, and their players wanted this, and they wanted it a lot. They wanted it more than Mentor.
Eric Dworznik intercepting the pass, returning at 55 yards for our Farmers Insurance play of the game, and the one that you would have to think, Hanford, wraps this up for the Strongsville Mustangs. Up 3, 1:16 on the clock. At practice this week, defensive coordinator Nick Toth, who was non-stop chirping, by the way, said, hey guys, 5 turnovers last week, let's get 5 more this week. What do you know? They have 5 turnovers this week.
They come up with 5. Again, anytime you have 5 turnovers, you should win a ball game. That's why they should have won the game last week.
2nd and goal from the 6. Holder up the middle, very close to a touchdown. Ball will be marked on the 3-yard line.
Holder is having a big game. I mean, he has had a big game. He has come out here and just laid his heart on the line.
He had a 2-yard touchdown run in the 2nd quarter on a 4th and goal at the 2, critical play, and then came up with a 66-yard touchdown run after Mentor had cut the lead to 3 in the 4th quarter. And now under a minute to play, if Strongsville can hang on to this football, Hanford, they are going to get a big win over the Mentor Cardinals. Lou Holder with the clock running.
I think it's done. Look at those kids over there on that Strongsville sideline. They are jumping up. They are happy.
Steve Trevisano marching across the field to congratulate Russ Jakes. Boy, it was a thriller. The Strongsville Mustangs taking the lead early. They held the lead the entire game. Got a little hairy in the 4th quarter. but they get the win. Their first of the season. They end a losing streak to the Mentor Cardinals. And that guy, Lou Holder, going absolutely bananas.
Sweet Lou, come on.
Everybody's Sweet Lou ever since Lou Hudson hit those jump shots for the Atlanta Hawks, isn't he? 21 rushes, 181 yards, and a couple of touchdowns for Lou Holder and his Strongsville Mustangs coming up with a 30-27 win over the Mentor Cardinals. When we come back, we'll have all the highlights, we'll have all the interviews, everything you wanted to know about this one coming up from Pat Catan Stadium. The Mustangs go to 1-1. Mentor now 1-1. 30-27 our final score.
The best thing that happens to us now is to have to play on Thursday. We got to clear our heads. We got to forget what happened. We got to learn from our mistakes. We got to improve now. And getting ready to play a team like Mentor has been the best elixir we could find for this football team.
Welcome to the FSN Ohio High School Postgame Show. Here are your hosts, Jeff Phelps and Mike Pagel.
We are live here in Strongsville, where a late interception seals it for the Mustangs. They win it 30-27, downing Mentor. I'm here with the Mustangs head coach, Russ Jackson. In a word, Coach, wow. You said the best thing for your team would be to play 4 days after that disappointing loss on Saturday. Clearly.
Unbelievable. We lose a heartbreaker on Saturday night, and these kids are so resilient. I've never had a group of kids that the word team meant so much to them. They could care less who scores, who intercepts, who makes. All they want to do is win. And thank God we learned something from Saturday night. We played a great team. I mean, that team's played for the state championship the last 2 years. We hung in the fourth quarter. We told them that at halftime that this is where we earn respect. We got to get our respect back, and these 2 quarters is where we earn it, and that's what they did. They just played their hearts up.
And I would be remiss to not mention Sweet Lou Holder. What a night he had for you guys.
Sweet Lou had a night. You know, he's just a tough, hard-nosed kid who wants the ball. Our offensive line, you know, we start 2 sophomores and 2 juniors up front, and they just, you know, they learned from a week ago what it means to play in big games, and they really played well. And our offensive line, but our defense, what can I say? They came up with the plays when they had to. Dworznik on the interception. I mean, these games, I'm too old to have games like this.
Well, you guys play a brutal schedule, 2 very tough opponents in the first 2 weeks. You've got to like the way your team has come out and responded.
Oh, I can't ask for anything more. I mean, we had a chance to win Saturday night, 6 more inches and we win the game. Tonight they play their hearts out again. I mean, you can't ask a group of kids to do what they've done in the last 9-10 days. It's unbelievable. My hat's off to our coaching staff, but these kids, our seniors, our captains, what an evening. I mean, they knew it was going to be tough, but this was an opportunity for us to play on Foxnet, for us to play in front of everybody else in the city and in the state of Ohio, and they came back and did a great job.
Yeah, what a statement you made tonight, Coach. Celebrate with your team. Thank you so much, and congratulations. We appreciate it. We're going to try and get a couple more interviews for you here as Coach talks to the team. In the meantime, Jeff and Hanford, we'll throw it up to you.
All righty, Dion. Mustangs are all smiles. They should be, shouldn't they? Dion mentioned it. They play a brutal non-conference schedule, Hanford, and then they get into the Northeast Ohio Conference in the Valley Division. That's a tough conference. So they've been fighting uphill with that schedule. You want to be good, you want to play the best. Coach Russ Jake's going. But it's hurt them, Hanford. They've been 6-4 each of the last 3 years, and now they bust through with a big win in the non-conference schedule.
And they deserve this win. I mean, when you look at it, they totally outplayed Mentor football team. You're talking about a team that was supposed to be better than they were, but they didn't prove it tonight. I mean, Strongsville came out, and from the start, they took care of their game plan. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and they executed. And as a result, it gave them a big win, a much-needed win, I should say.
Russ Jakes, in his 16th year here at Strongsville, he probably hasn't had too many wins as sweet as this one. And the reason it started early on, Hanford, and Strongsville dominating on the field, because Mentor just couldn't hang on to that football early on. The Mentor Cardinals, a team you don't expect to make mistakes, making mistakes early. A little trouble right there. Anthony Fracci loses the football. They recover. They turn it into a field goal. Nate Freeze from 19 yards away makes it 3-0. Then on a punt, Tom Warden, who terrific player, 18 touchdowns last year, turns into 6 points. Lou Holder gets his first touchdown of the game, that one from 2 yards out. At halftime, it was 13-6, Strongsville on top, and then Lou Holder busted loose. He started running, Hanford, and he just didn't stop. He just kept going, and then the touchdown pass from Pagel to Bobby Kaminsky made it 20-6. Strongsville on top by 14 points. Warden comes back though. Just when the momentum switched one way, Hanford had switched the other a couple of times in this game. Warden goes down the field, gets a big return, and then Perez gets the handoff, bounces left side, gets into the end zone. 12 yards in the touchdown run, made it 20-12. Strongsville on top, cut that lead down to 8. Then how about another turnover? It just kept going. That turns into another field goal. Fracci couldn't hang on to it from 32 yards away. Nate Freese puts it up and in. It was 23-12, so an 11-point Strongsville lead going into the fourth quarter. You're thinking the Mustangs are in good shape here, right? Well, Fracci went 10 yards to Mike Perez. Then a 2-point conversion. Fracci looking for Johannick, gets it. Cuts that 11-point lead down to 3. It was 23-20 with 11:21 still to play in the fourth quarter. Still plenty of time. And then this happened. Lou Holder stopped at the line of scrimmage, or so just about everybody here at Pat Catan Stadium thought. Goes 66 yards for the touchdown. Lou going bananas. Alex Kovac almost throwing him to the ground right there. It was a 10-point lead. Oh, but hang on. Mentor comes back again after a Strongsville fumble. When Strongsville was running out the clock, Fracci takes it in from 1 yard out, and then this. The play that wrapped it up for Strongsville. Fracci threw it. Dworsnik intercepted it 55 yards on the return by Eric Dworsnik. And that wrapped it up. The Mustangs hang on from there, 30-27. A young guy making his first, getting his first varsity action. Lou Holder, 21 carries, 182 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He is with Dion Miller right now.
182 yards and 2 touchdowns. What in the world got into you tonight? I mean, were you able to take advantage of their defense?
I mean, my line had the holes. We had the game plan all week. Coach knew where we could hit them. The line executed great. I mean, that's all I can do, thank the line and the coaches.
Coach talks a lot about the team unity and how you guys are able to come back and be resilient. Is that a key to your success?
Oh, yes, man. That's what keeps us going every day. Team.
And how big is this win, making a statement, beating a team like Mentor in your place on Thursday night under the lights?
Oh, it's huge. And we came up a tough week with St. Edwards, but we really showed it tonight. Got to give it all to the team.
All right, awesome. Congratulations to you. Very, very good game.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, we're looking for Kellen Pagel as well. We've got him here. Kellen, congratulations. What kind of a statement does this make about Strongsville football?
It's crazy coming back after last week's game. We almost got it just a couple inches. That ball goes over the crossbar. We beat Eds, but this game sure felt great.
Did you know that Lou Holder had a game like that in him?
I mean, he practices hard all the time. He goes all out all the time, so it's good for him. He deserves it.
What a celebration you guys will have tonight. What kind of a tone does this set now for the rest of the season?
I mean, I think it just shows we come out, we play together, we'd be pretty good. We were pretty good.
Your dad, what would he have to say about tonight's performance?
I don't know. I think he's going to say I could have done better, but it was a great game.
All right, well, congratulations to you. Go enjoy it. We will send it back up to you guys in the booth now.
Okay, Dion, thank you very much. Kellen Pagel starting at quarterback tonight. Just his second varsity start, Hanford. And he was very effective leading his team. More dependent on the air game in the first half of this game was Strongsville, but the balance, I think, helped set up the run game in the second half.
Well, anytime you are able to run the football, it's going to help out your pass, and that's what happened. You hit it dead on the head. You had Strongsville were able to run and pass the football. You look at the numbers right there, the quarterback comparison. You had Pagel 14 receptions, 133 yards, and you look at on the other side, 13 for 171. But the big key is you had 1 touchdown, no interceptions. You have 2 interceptions by Fracci on the other side, and that's what really hurt this Mentor team. You're talking about the 5 turnovers, and you know I got this. I got the feeling that Mentor thought that they were ranked number 3. You had Strongsville ranked number 17 as far as we're talking about the plain dealer poll, but you got the feeling that they thought that they could just waltz in here and just this team was going to lay down and die for them, and it just didn't happen. I mean, this team came out and they fought tonight, and they played an excellent ball game.
Fracci had the interception by Sean Riley where he overthrew his intended receiver, and Riley came up with a nice interception. And then late in the game, Mentor, a chance to go in for a touchdown. Looked like they had a great opportunity to do it until that pass. Eric Dworznik picked it off, and that wrapped it up for the Mustangs.
After a car accident, you open a whole world of challenges, like getting to work. Thankfully, Farmers customers can avoid these inconveniences. Our Help Point service arranges towing, car rentals, even recommends certified auto repair facilities. Contact a local agent and shield yourself with Farmers, just one of over 30 reliable policies available from Farmers.
Welcome back to Pat Catan Stadium here in Strongsville, where the Mustangs are victorious 30-27 over Mentor. A huge win for Strongsville behind their quarterback, Kellen Pagel, a young man whose dad's name everyone will know. Mike Pagel, of course, former quarterback of the Colts, the Browns, the Rams. His son leading Strongsville. They grabbed their first win of the season tonight in very fine fashion. We bring in Mark Porter from JJ Huddle for our scouting report. We begin with Kellen Pagel, a kid who sat out last year with an injury with his thumb, coming in this year. How does he look so far? Kind of went under the radar, now maybe getting some looks.
I think the little loss last week might have spurred him on this week. He looked very sharp. He was very calm in the pocket the whole time. He stood in there and took a few hits during the game to make some big throws. He found his tight end number 11, Hamilton, a couple of times in some big spots, put him on the map tonight as a big prospect. I'd say his poise is probably his biggest asset right now.
Another question about Kellen, a kid who is grown up with football. I mean, it's obviously been a part of his life for a very long time. Do you think that leads to his poise and his ability to pick things up quickly?
I was going to say, it looks like he's been playing for 3 or 4 years. It doesn't look like this is his second game as a starter. You know, it looks like he's like a Tansky from last year, just sat in the pocket. They ran a lot of boots and waggles, and he got really comfortable earlier in the game where he wasn't reaching outside of himself to make throws. And as his team went down the field, I think the running game kind of took over towards the end.
High praise to mention his name along with Tansky this early in the season. He is not alone, obviously a very strong team, and you mentioned a couple of those young kids getting themselves some acknowledgement as well tonight.
That offensive line, when you looked at it, you can't believe that they're just sophomores and juniors. You can't believe that this team had a junior in the backfield as a quarterback, as a running back. The tight end was a sophomore. The tackle was a sophomore. There's a lot of players on this team that have bright futures ahead of them and this season.
All right, well, we've had back-to-back very good games. Next week, head to Wadsworth. They are hosting Medina. What do you expect from that kind of a matchup?
I'm looking at Wadsworth. I'm looking at a kid named Anthony Schrock next week. He's a receiver. He's probably a 6'3" kid, maybe a little taller. We want to see how he progressed from his sophomore year. We saw him at some camps this summer. And Wadsworth also has a kicker. So we've seen some good kickers the last couple weeks. I think we're going to see another good kicker next week.
All right, well, it should be exciting. We are hoping to make it 3 in a row. Can we hope for 3 in a row that are this exciting? Let's hope so. Right now, we'll send it back up to the booth. Jeff and Hanford.
That's the idea. We love these exciting ones, don't we, Dion? 30-27 tonight. Strongsville over Mentor. Jeff Phelps along with Hanford Dixon. And Hanford, this was way too much fun, wasn't it?
Oh, it was great. I mean, just exciting game. And it's always good to, you know, just bring back memories for me. It was a long time ago, but when I played high school ball, but just exciting game, and just my hat goes off to Strongsville. They and Coach Russ and his team. They deserve this one.
The big number that jumped off the stat board early on in this one, Hanford, was time of possession. Mentor's offense not able to get on track at all, and Strongsville doing a nice job of milking the clock, holding on to the football, controlling it, and the time of possession was way out of whack.
Well, it was, and I think the key to that was, let's just even talk about the first half. I mean, they had it like almost 20 minutes and to 5:36 for Mentor. I mean, Strongsville, again, that was their game plan. Their game plan was to go in and keep the ball away from Mentor's offense, and that's exactly what they did. And they executed that game plan, and it got them a win.
Each team putting up 24 passes, but of course Mentor with a couple of interceptions. And the last one especially critical because it ended any chance Mentor had of coming back in this game. And you see the time of possession, 13:36 for the Cardinals, 34-24 for the Mustangs.
That is crucial. Crucial. 34-13 time of possession. And again, the score just tells it all. You look at Strongsville 30, Mentor 27.
Both teams now 1-1. Both teams thinking, okay, we both have a little work to do, but maybe where we want to be. Next week, Strongsville against Toledo St. John's. That game will be right here, and Mentor plays home against Solon next week. So big challenges ahead for both of these teams next week. The executive producer of the Fox, Ohio High School Football Game of the Week is Tom Farmer. Coordinating producer is Doug Johnson. Tonight's game directed by Bob Pennell, produced by Carl Patterson. Our statistician, Jeff Gears. Our spotter, Ron Glasstown. Now for all of our wonderful crew and my partner, Top Dog, Hanford Dixon, and Dion Miller. I'm Jeff Phelps. We'll see you next week in Wadsworth for the Grizzlies against the Bees. Strongsville by 3 tonight.